Ladies and gentlemen, we are here. Tornado Tag Podcast.
It's like Vanguard 1.
I know.
Or whatever.
That's what it kind of looks like, doesn't it? We have a special guest with us here tonight. We got Curtis from the PA Pile Driver Podcast, and we have Brian, who are clearly sitting in those chairs.
It's got a point.
Yeah, we're here.
I mean, like, there's no anything else going on. That's clearly top-notch budget right there.
There's no chicanery shenanigans.
Ignore their backgrounds.
Yeah. Yeah, to pretend that's not there. But we're gonna go over a lot of cool stuff.
I'll do this. Let's see if I can.
Like you're just like
I'm
touching his head or rusting
No,
on it.
like it's the whole show.
Nailed it. We are gonna go over some stuff. Let me make sure the audio is going. All right, the audio is there. So we are gonna go over some stuff when it comes
We're
to
live, pal.
pay-per-views that happened over the weekend. We're going to go over some this week in history of wrestling. Brian's got some stuff. We got some independent stuff to talk about. And then we'll cover what happened this week in wrestling and then end the show with our Pro Wrestling Illustrated deep dive.
Some questions from '98.
Now, we do have some access to a pretty impressive Pro Wrestling Illustrated collection.
That's good. If we get some old questions. Because I
He
think
says-
they had these questions, not all the time, but like similar things.
Yeah,
In like the '80s.
He has, he said he has about 5 totes full.
Wow.
And he said he was offered some big money for his collection, but he never got rid of it. And I said, hey, we're not asking to keep it, but if we can use it for the show and kind of go into some old stuff.
One tote at a time,
Yeah, and that would be a lot of fun. Personally, when it comes to Pro Wrestling Illustrated, I just ordered a shirt. Of course I did. Why wouldn't I, And then I just subscribed to the magazine.
Which I didn't know you could do anymore.
Yeah, and it'll ship right to your house. You pay for 12 months, and it's like 36 or
That's
38
dirt cheap.
bucks.
So here's the price. This was $4 back in 1998. But I know the PWI, which the 500, that's like $10.
Yeah.
And the normal issue is like $7.
Yeah, so I don't know
And then I don't know if you get the PWI and then the women's PWI.
in that subscription.
I don't know.
I'll find out.
Yeah.
If I don't, I'll
I
just
would
order
think
it.
you would.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be a proud
I
subscription.
might subscribe, and that's dirt cheap.
It's a really good price. Yeah, it's a really good price, and it's kind of cool that learning the history of PWI. I think that'd be kind of an episode 2. We'll do like the history
I'll
of.
just call Willie Apter.
I would love to have him on and talk to him about it, but I mean, let's
And
not.
founder Stanley Weston. I don't know.
We did.
Yeah, Weston.
We did shoot a friend request over to someone who's supposedly local. We won't put the name out there yet, and anything in case nothing comes of it. But maybe we could have someone who used to work for the magazine on the show later on, and kind of dive into that.
Mhm.
All right.
A lot of people are local. Apters from right outside of Philly, I think.
Yeah.
Stu Sachs just retired.
Yeah.
We may have
He
someone
was
even
a main
more
guy for a
local
while.
than that.
Yeah. I think this magazine was all local, basically. Everything.
Yeah, it's all PA
Yeah,
magazine.
yeah, it's right outside of Philly. They're in Bluebell.
Yeah, very proud of that. I think that's a cool thing that we kind of have going for us when it comes to that. It was a very popular magazine, and it was kind of right in our own backyard. So yeah, if you guys like what you hear, make sure you head over to the links below if you're watching on Twitch, or you can check out the links on social media for Twitter or on Facebook or YouTube later on, and check out the links below. Order some merchandise, help us grow, get some cool stuff. Or you can head over to the PA Pile Driver Podcast, support those guys, buy some cool merchandise, or head over to Murder My Dude, where Brian resides, or you can pick up your Team Blue and Gold from Pro Wrestling, ProWrestlingTees.com. Just search Team Blue and Gold. So we'll get that plugs out of the way, and let's dive right into it. So we had Extreme Rules over the weekend. And then before that happened, the horror show.
Extreme Rules.
And
Yes. Get it right.
Yeah.
yeah, I
Get it
know. I
right,
keep
pal.
saying it was a horror show. Is really what it was.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
But before that, we did have Slammiversary, which we did
This was
cover.
Saturday night. That's
Yes.
a smart move.
Yeah, we covered it Sunday before
Yeah,
Extreme Rules.
Yeah, it was a pretty good show.
So we're not going
Much
to dive.
better show than Extreme Rules.
That's pretty much what I
Yes.
want to sum up. It was a better show than Extreme Rules. I thought Extreme Rules had really good wrestling, but the end of the matches were just weird.
Yeah.
Like there was no payoff.
Kind of, yeah. Sasha's hair fell off.
Yeah, it was. We'll dive into that. So, Brian, do you have the horror show pulled up?
That was a hair for a hair match.
Yeah.
That was what that was.
Jesus, there was more hair falling off than eyeballs actually falling out.
What's the one? It's an NXT or someone was asking for a stipulation, and then someone yells, "Eye for an eye!"
It was Raw. It was Drew McIntyre.
Yeah. My friend likes that NXT trainee is my new favorite wrestler.
Yeah, it's probably Bugenhagen or something.
Yeah, that probably was.
It does seem like a Bugenhagen move.
Eye
Or
for
Rick
an
Boogs
eye.
now.
So yeah, do you have it pulled up over there, Brian?
Yes, I do.
All right, let's
So on the
run through it.
on the pre-show, Kevin Owens defeated Murphy, or is he Buddy Murphy now, or just Murphy?
Murphy, I think. Great match.
Just Murphy.
I didn't see the pre-show.
I thought it was one of the better pre-show matches we've gotten in a long time.
Because the way I
Yeah,
see
with
it, like
with those two, it should
I
have.
barely have time for pay-per-view. I got zero time for pre-show.
Yeah,
Until the product gets better.
and it was like really last minute thrown on too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was a good match.
Two
It
good
was,
wrestlers.
It was fun.
You
Yeah.
know?
All right, our next match.
The opener, and personally my favorite match on the show, was the tag team tables match, where Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro dethrone the New Day and win the tag team titles.
Very good match.
Good for them.
Yeah. So I think we figured it out. I think this is Cesaro's third tag team with 3 different people.
With that I actually won titles with?
Yes.
Yeah, because it would be Tyson Kidd and then Sheamus and then
Yep.
Nakamura. They
And-
might have had another one. I don't know.
Yeah, and Nakamura is a heavyweight championship away from being a Grand Slam now.
Yeah, which you'll never get.
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck with that, Shinsuke.
But just put it out there as keeping track of some things there. Good match.
And then if you
Happy
go
for
back
them.
to Ring of Honor, Cesaro was also tag champions there with Chris Hero.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
The Kings of Wrestling. And there was a time when they were tag team champions in Ring of Honor, CZW, and Chikara.
Wow,
Yeah, all at once.
Jesus.
They're a very good tag team.
Over on Bangin' Beers, Andrew Hare
Mm-hmm.
had put a video up in his Facebook of we talked about last week of him walking down the street
Yeah.
flexing in his full gear.
Yeah.
And then you actually wrestled.
Yeah,
that
I
night.
did. Yeah,
So
how
you
about
actually
that?
have a match against the
Yeah.
new tag team champions.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Is Nakamura still Intercontinental Champion?
no.
Oh, when
No,
did
AJ.
AJ
oh, that's
Styles.
right. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
All right, our next match.
Our next match was for the SmackDown Women's title, and Bayley defeated Nikki Cross to keep the title.
Okay, you know what I was looking
Not
at?
a horrible match.
I thought the match was pretty good. I transfixed on Bailey's stupid hair. And
I-
I'm wondering, is the haircut bad on purpose for heat?
See, I like it.
Really? Like she poofs it up.
I know.
Like with the hairspray. I'm like, that's and then she shaved the back of her neck. They said like something about tattoo. I think it's absolutely horrible.
I like it.
I think they're trying to get her to kind of look like a quote unquote Karen.
Yeah.
I
100%.
think that might be
I
the
don't
thing
like
there.
it.
I don't know. I think it looks good
you're
on
the
her.
one.
The nose ring.
I like the nose ring. The haircut's horrible. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
horrible haircut to begin with.
I think she shaved those champs or something like that, or
Yeah,
two belt,
something.
two
Yeah,
belt
like,
Bailey or something
oh,
like that.
that's all I can notice is the goofiness of the poof on the back. I'm like, I can't stand this.
Yeah.
I mean, the match was
Sure.
pretty good.
Yeah.
The ending was stupid, but
Her dude was just on AEW Dark. I think they're engaged. I don't know if they're married yet. Aaron Solo, he was just on AEW
okay.
Dark.
Okay.
how about that? Yeah, the match. I like the match. I didn't know Nikki started taking off her jacket, her second jacket, and then has like a normal bra
Well, she
top
did it a
on.
couple weeks before that, and she had a wardrobe malfunction.
Oh,
supposedly.
whoa.
Yeah, I don't
Hello.
know how crazy it was, but Necka showed
Yeah.
a little too much.
But yeah, what wasn't a bad match.
Yeah, no, not at all.
I don't like Bailey's finisher though, like the kind of playmaker thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just do the Bailey
Yeah,
to
just
Bailey.
just do
you know.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
She did the Kyrie
Well,
on the
yeah.
outside later.
Yeah, if Kyrie's finishing up, Bailey does a really good flying elbow.
Yeah. Well, now,
Yeah.
bring the elbow back.
Maybe that's a good Bailey move.
Yeah. I mean, Macho Man still as a heel did it. So,
Yeah.
all right, our next match.
The next match, well, it was a match that wasn't. It was MVP and Bobby Lashley.
He's 2 for 2 on this, by the way, if you're
coming
keeping
out.
track. So if you if you're keeping an eye on that, it's the second time now we had a match was supposedly have MVP in it where he just didn't wrestle.
Oh.
Yeah. So
I was gonna say this. It's the second or third time he's U.S. champ, maybe even fourth.
yeah.
I forget.
Well, I
back in
don't know
the
if
day.
he's technically U.S. champ. I think they're running with the whole idea that he was a self-proclaimed U.S. champ.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, Apollo Crews wasn't there. They said he was still injured from Lashley's full Nelson. According to the Wrestling Observer, he has COVID-19. And then, so MVP crowned himself the U.S. champion, said he won by forfeit.
Lady comes in, just
Yeah.
takes off the curtains. It's a run in from Lady. All right. Yep. Not a terrible match. I mean,
Well,
for what it wasn't horrible, but you know, it is what it is.
And then we had an eye for an eye match.
Everything
Uh,
up until the finish was a great match.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. With those two, of course it was. But and it was a little weird, like everything, because they have the storytelling of the matches. They keep going after each other's eyes. But even with that, yeah, the match itself was excellent. But yeah, the ending is just
Horrible.
so they're fighting by the stairs, and Ray is trying to force Seth's side to the point of the stairs, but Seth low blows him, gives him the mule kick below the belt, and then he does the curb stomp, and then he pushes Ray's head into the stairs again, and Ray just kind of slumps down like he's been killed almost.
They have to.
and Seth backs up and he comes in, he stops short, and he throws up. And
The
if
puke.
you haven't seen the picture, it's everywhere. There's the picture of just Ray like with his hand up by his face, and there's like it almost looks like a Pokeball. It's like a
or
little
a fish
red and white
bobber,
thing.
a little bobber from fishing.
It does look like a fish bobber, yes.
Wouldn't that not make your eye pop out?
No, if anything, it would crush it. It would
Yeah,
just make it like
yeah.
puncture.
But don't worry, we found out on Raw that Ray, even though his eye was extracted from his head, there was
It's
no
okay.
optical nerve damage, and he
Yeah.
will make a full recovery.
So then
and
why
get his sight
why even
back.
have the stipulation if the character look at it
Because-
like a story or movie?
because
If the character does
WWE.
not change, then why even do the thing?
Because WWE.
And then Seth is supposed to be, a malicious heel that's just out to kill everyone. But then he can't stand the sight of the thing
He
that
pukes.
the thing that he wanted the
Yeah.
most. He can't stand the sight of. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it was bad. It was rough.
I'm gonna say that Seth is just having sympathy morning sickness. That's all it is.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
They whispered. Becky has some morning pains. Oh.
What's gonna
Ugh.
happen is
Ugh.
Dominic's gonna get revenge, and he's gonna pull a Gene Snitsky to the new baby.
There we go. I like that storyline.
It is my fault.
I hope Ray doesn't resign and just leaves.
Yeah, well, I think he's working. Right now he's working on no contract,
that's what
and
I
think it's
Yeah.
more or less like I will work with no contract, but you really need to get my kid in here somehow.
Yeah, but would somebody else say, "Hey, we'll use your kid"? Maybe
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah,
100%. I think his
who,
kid wants.
Who
to
knows
Be,
how good his kid is because we haven't actually seen him wrestle. So
yeah, he needs to hit the gym a little bit though.
yeah, he does. Well,
Yeah.
maybe he wants to be Walter's tag team partner. So
Does he?
Well, do you notice he looks exactly like Walter?
He does. Yeah. All right, our next match. Oh, hold up.
Uh-oh,
It did it again. I don't
yeah.
know why Zoom does this. It's so annoying.
So last week, Brian's talking and he just
All right, go
cuts
ahead,
out.
Brian.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
For some reason,
Ah, there we
Zoom,
go.
I have to keep changing the audio source. After so many minutes, it just,
It's
It,
timing.
I don't know. It's just annoying.
That's odd. Yeah, what I was saying there is that they should have just pulled Vince's old thing from Beyond the Mat when he has draws in his office. And he goes, "He's gonna puke. He's gonna puke."
Yeah, there you go.
So your next match was Sasha Banks and Asuka in the Raw Women's Title match. Kind of a screwy finish where Asuka goes to mist Sasha, but she ducks, and the referee gets misted.
Barely.
And then Bailey puts on the referee's shirt and counts a pin, and Sasha is somehow the champion.
yeah, they
Although we found out on Raw the next day that Sasha is not the champion.
okay.
They're going to do a match on Raw this coming week where basically titles change hands with whatever.
Yeah. So it got a little even screwy. I mean, overall the match was good.
I thought it was pretty
It was
good. Yeah.
it was a good match. There was a transition with like a monkey flip and then a roll up and then a pull out to the roll up to another roll up. It was like a 4 transition.
Yeah, they like reversed him. Reminded me of RVD and Jerry Lynn. Wasn't bad. I
And then
liked it.
during that transition, Sasha's hair gets stuck underneath Asuka, and when Asuka pulls, it takes her hair almost off.
Yeah, like
So
the
the
flap
entire
of
time,
her weave.
she is just holding on to her hair
Yeah,
and not worrying about anything else that's going
and
on.
she has it like
So
all
then
over
it
her
just
face.
it ruined the entire flow of what they were supposed to do there.
Yeah.
And then they I mean, realistically, for how bad it looked, I thought they did a decent job trying to save what was happening.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
quick on the feet. I mean, the Bailey thing was quick on the feet. Like the Asuka quick at the mist. Like I thought everything happened because they were in complete panic mode. Like as someone like if you're a smart fan, you're watching
Yeah.
it. You're like, oh,
Too,
they're
too bad it wasn't live because they could have just
yeah.
paused, fixed
Yeah,
her hair. and
so
then-
they were in complete panic mode, and this goes for me anyway. And I kind of dig like the Sonya Deville where she puts her hair up and wrestles.
Mhm.
Like I don't. Why do you need it all over the place?
well,
It just is distracting.
you don't need hair down to your ass.
Well, I'm not gonna tell you how to wear your hair, but like. If that's becoming an issue, and it has been an issue a lot with
Yeah.
Sasha, where it does happen because it's so long and there's so much of
Yeah,
it,
just
put it up,
Yeah.
put it in like a ponytail, like
or just make it shorter.
yeah.
Mhm.
And listen, if you want to make it, if you're taking everything else from MMA and try to make your sport look legit, just do this thing where if you have long hair, it has to be a thing now where you have to have it.
Yeah. But
And if it comes
do you,
out,
want, do you want that on everybody? Do you want Seth Rollins to be doing that and everything?
sure. I mean, but here's the thing too, where you can do a thing with it now where it's like gimmicked, where it kind of because if something falls out in a UFC fight, they're not like stop, put your hair back up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, you don't have to have your hair up or down in
Yeah.
UFC, but a lot of the people do it.
Yeah, just to keep it out
Yeah,
of their face.
to
yeah.
keep it out of their face. Exactly.
I don't think they should go that far with it. but-
Long hair is what got Bailey's no. I mean not Bailey. Um, Becky's. Becky Lynch's nose broke.
I don't believe that. I think that's not Nia throwing a haymaker.
Well, I mean, all their hair were in each other's faces. She was just.
I punched many a person with long hair and I didn't break their nose.
Yeah. Maybe.
Don't defend Nia on that one. That's Nia just throwing some haymaker, throwing some potatoes, as they say.
She
I
threw.
mean, look how many guys have. Kevin Nash had long hair for years. I mean, Shawn
But
Michaels.
the girls
Bret
is
Hart.
like the guys kind of oil it down, grease it. So
Yeah, not
but
everybody.
The girls have it like poofy and like
Yeah.
permed out, and it's like a.
If
Fucking
you know what
hell.
you're doing, I've never broke someone's nose. And they've had heads of hair. Dame has a head of hair on him.
Yeah, he does.
I didn't punch him in the nose.
He's going. You're going. He's going to though.
Yeah,
Dame.
yeah.
You better
If
watch
he gets
out.
in my way again. Yeah. I don't. I think that's more. If you're a good worker, it doesn't matter. But I mean, if your hair is constantly a problem, then you gotta do something.
They have to figure something.
But
out.
at the very end, like when Sasha has the belt in there, Bailey takes her wig and like, like they show that. Like, why did you switch the camera?
Heel Bailey should have ripped it off.
Yeah.
Ah! Yaga!
And then threw up.
And then threw up.
Well, what they could have did if it was not live, rip it off, and then she has another like she's a green wig underneath.
Yeah.
Her gear was awesome though, by the way, and
It
she's
was.
very hot. So match was good, but
Not denying that at all.
look-
She's very pretty.
the ending was a little.
Yeah.
And they didn't ring the bell, but they did play her music, and then someone was like, well, "Who's that played her music?"
Yeah.
You know, like were they like,
Yeah.
"You better play her music"? I don't know, but the match was pretty good. It's a shame that it.
And the
wonky
weird.
ending, yeah.
I mean, for how wonky it was, I thought they did a good job of trying to fix it
Yeah.
on the fly.
And poor Kyrie is taking some of her last bumps there. She got suplexed on the outside.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I like the little skit before Nikki Cross went out with Kyrie. She's like, even if you lose, we'll still be your friend.
Yeah.
I was like, all
I
right.
like Nikki.
Yeah. All right, our next match.
Our next match was the last actual match on the show. And it was it was the WWE title match, Extreme Rules for Dolph Ziggler only. And titles can change hands on a DQ or count out. But despite all those odds, despite the stacked deck, Drew McIntyre does defeat Dolph Ziggler to retain the title.
It was what it was.
Was there anything noteworthy?
Not really.
I skipped that
It was
one.
it was okay.
It
wasn't like-
wasn't horrible.
Yeah, it wasn't offensively bad.
No, it wasn't
Yeah.
offensively bad, but it was what it was.
I mean, no one thought Dolph was going to win. 'Cause
No.
his character's so beaten and misused that you're just like, oh.
Yep. Yeah.
They did get to work in New Japan countout spots though.
No, wow,
Because-
how about that?
Yeah.
Because Drew, like New Japan, in this match, title would have changed hands on a countout.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Mhm.
My one friend's like, Dolph is a dope. Why didn't you just make it the only way to win the match is Dolph Ziggler wins the title?
Yeah.
I mean, that's any
Even if I
stipulation.
lose, I win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I put in the chat. Drew has to get a 500 count. Dolph has to get a 1 count.
Yeah.
I think
One.
Austin put Drew has to be duct taped to the mat.
Yep.
There you go.
Or wrestle in a straitjacket or something. I don't know. There's so much more.
They
you could-
did that. They did that with Ken Shamrock on Raw one time. He wrestled Jeff Jarrett, I think. It was somebody, and they obviously wrestled somebody. But he wrestled him in a straitjacket and still won because he used his legs to like hook him and put him in this kind of leg lock.
Speaking of Ken Shamrock, he looked pretty good over the weekend too, as well.
He looks great for being 55 or whatever. he
Yeah,
is.
still
Okay.
cannot cut a promo, or he has no in-ring
Really?
chemistry at all.
Oh,
but
boy.
he looks great. All right, our next
Yeah, don't say match. Don't say match. Our
Happening?
our next abomination was the swamp fight, Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman.
For a fight, there wasn't much fighting.
no.
A lot of talking.
It was once again, it kind of reminds me of like the Batman Joker sequences out of a video game where
Mhm.
they try to have this dialogue to build
Yeah.
this crazy story, but that you've been building already for a week.
But you didn't get the rest of the movie. Like, you only got that 15 minutes where they're talking to each other.
Yeah, and then
I feel like it was more of a Batman scarecrow thing because I felt like I got hit with that gas.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that's
I was watching it.
100%.
Did you notice how much they were sweating? I'm like, it must be hot wherever they're at. Or they were getting sprayed down because they
Yeah.
were just full of sweat.
It's
Yeah.
Florida, so I'm guessing even though it was
It-
nighttime, it was still pretty
It
hot.
might, yeah, probably was humid. I don't know.
Um,
That's what I was looking at that kind of stuff because I was so bored.
Yes. Well, what was your take in the chat, Brian?
Braun killed a guy.
Yeah, Braun killed the guy. Bray Wyatt can clone people. His greatest superpower ever is he can apparently turn into Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
And
Which,
use Braun's horniness against him.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
remember, fans don't remember what happened last week, but they remember what happened 2 years ago.
They remember
On the-
a
on
mixed
the
match
mixed match
challenge.
challenge.
Yeah, that was Facebook only 2 years ago,
Yeah.
but not what happened last week.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I know that Andy said if he had the power to know Alexa
Yeah.
Bliss, he would never leave the house.
Yeah. I'd be.
He would
yeah.
only leave the house to buy full-length mirrors and watch
Yeah,
something.
look at me. I'd have some fun. No, I'll get canceled.
Listen,
yeah,
if anyone can turn into
yeah.
a very attractive person,
That's me.
we would all do the same exact thing.
So, yeah, and then Lex was there, like, okay, Lex is in it, and it's like, Braun kills the dude, burns him alive, and laughs about it, and like,
Mhm.
then Braun or Bray talks to him forever and says, "I'm back, I'm not gonna leave," and it's like, all right, and then the Fiend comes. And
So, I mean,
and that boat was awful fast that he was in.
yeah. Well, and then the thing I did like about it, where they kind of did like a horror movie spoof, is where they showed on the bottom that it ended. When
Oh, okay, yeah. Remember with Ciampa that one time when he attacked Gargano? Was it?
yeah, but I mean like a horror movie where it's never over till it's over.
Okay,
so
yeah.
it
Yeah.
showed in the bottom corner it was over, and then the Fiend, and then he comes up and pulls him into the water.
Yeah, they continue to
and
fight
then
for a little bit.
and then he just shows up as the Fiend out of the water and laughs, and that's the end of the match.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
guess
the first time I remember them doing it, I think it was the first time they ever did it, was the NXT takeover where Sami Zayn won the title, and it was Kevin Owens' first night in NXT, and he turns on him. And it was after they put up the little NXT logo on the bottom. Because you're like, oh, he's going to turn on Sami. Is it tonight? When's it going to happen?
yeah,
Yeah, then they did it with Ciampa. They've done it with a few other
I like
people,
that.
too.
I like that little swerve because every wrestling fan looks for that
Yeah,
watermark
like,
to
okay,
say
it's over.
It's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't do too much, but when you do it, it's
It
good.
works,
Except this
yeah.
wasn't.
So
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt goes into the swamp,
Is he the champion?
and
Was
yeah,
it for the
it
belt?
was not for the belt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
Braun's dead, though, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He's dead, and he went into the water, and it's over.
Well, that's okay because everyone just comes back when they die.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
who
Well,
knows?
AJ or
When he comes
Mysterio?
back, it's just going to be one of Bray can just clone him again.
Yeah.
He's
and he can have a Braun clone.
gonna be Swamp Thing is what's gonna happen. He's gonna come out with a ghillie suit
Oh
on.
God.
Just
He's
full-
going to be Skinner Jr.
Yeah. You were wrong.
Well, speaking of,
But it's like if it was an illusion, how did he fall
nobody
over?
knows. We can't. No one.
Like, that makes no
we're
sense.
We're just pissing in the wind at this point when it comes to this shit at WWE.
And they like to show the little lily pads to make you. They zoomed in on those lily pads so much. They got more time than maybe Bray or Braun.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, they're really looking at all the lily pads here.
It
It's
just-
a swamp. This is a swamp, you know.
I listen,
And
man.
they're just them three guys, some random guys. Like,
Mhm.
okay.
It's so hard to justify, like how you were saying, the talent. The talent is fantastic.
Yeah.
But if you can't put together a coherent storyline or even just give us pro wrestling,
Yeah.
like at what point you're just like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, that's why the ratings were the lowest they ever were last week, and then this week they were the second to lowest.
They got to pick their shit up, man, because the only thing keeping that company afloat right now when it comes to viewer response is NXT. NXT is now turning. I don't
And
know.
you could say that most people watching NXT don't watch Raw and SmackDown.
and I wouldn't blame them if they
Yeah.
don't. You know what I mean? It's to the point where it's like, what?
It's bad. It's really
And
bad.
Did NXT win the ratings this week?
No,
No, AW won by quite a bit.
Oh, really?
It was like 819 to 618 or something
Oh,
like that. They
boy.
won by about 200,000.
Wow. Yeah, and I mean, that has to be hurting the NXT viewer. Like, if the main product is putting this dog shit on, and then
Yeah.
NXT, no matter how good NXT is, because once again, spoiler alert, I thought NXT was the better show this week out of the two, but it's not going to matter if I know you're trying to make it a third brand and it's its
Mhm.
own thing, but the general idea of fans is that that's still developmental. But if your main roster is still putting out garbage,
Yeah, you're like, I'm not watching that other show.
exactly. So it's just like they got to pick it up, man. And especially now with TNA creeping up on their heels, they got to figure it out soon, man. Because
I don't know how people sit there for 3 hours and watch Raw and enjoy it. You
it's
have
hard.
To be,
I do it for the show.
yeah, I mean, I could already watch it on Hulu and you fast forward. Like,
Yeah.
that's kind of what I do when I do watch it. But man, it's like, I don't want to see this. Like, yeah, there's some great talent, but I don't want to see the shitty storylines they're put in.
It's on in the background a lot for me. I write the stuff for Murder My Dude on Monday nights when Raw's on.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Do you have a different take on any of this, Kurt, when it comes to the main roster and WB and their storylines?
I mean, obviously, in my opinion, at least NXT is doing a better job than because like I can't sit and watch Raw for 3 hours. Like it's just
See?
like whoever can, God bless you, because I don't. You must have nothing better else to do. But yeah, I mean, you can tell there's a difference, but it's still WWE is WWE, and nothing's gonna change that.
Hopefully it'll change when another company comes in and starts
Oh.
kicking their ass.
When Vince finally is out of there.
Impact, I'm telling you, man.
I don't know if they're gonna kick their ass because Impact does have.
But they're gonna make difference.
They are gonna make some waves. I will
See,
give
the
them
thing
that.
is, Vince don't care.
No,
He ain't watching that.
no.
They can say, hey, do you want to hear what happened? Nah.
Like, like everyone we
Mhm.
fired is now killing it in another
Yeah.
promotion.
Who cares? We fired him.
They're gone. They're
Yeah.
dead. They're dead to me.
I don't know his name.
All right. So yeah, overall, I mean, Horror Show was kind of a letdown, but
Thumbs down, I'd say, right?
here's the matches were good, man. The matches were good. It just everything else was just not up to par.
I think I would have made
It-
the main event Sasha and Asuka.
Yeah.
Or the eye for an eye. But then you would have to end on the downer, but I don't.
Yeah. I'd rather the downer ending for the
Yeah,
fake eyeball than the swamp match.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you like stopped watching right before the finish of the eye for an eye match and you just didn't want, and then you watched, I take that back now because Drew and Dolph wasn't bad and Sasha and Asuka was really good up until the finish. But if you kind of ignore the finishes of those two matches, the eye for an eye match and the women's title match, you just kind of turned it off after the Drew Dolph match. I think it would have been okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, real alright show.
So we
But-
did play along with the pro wrestling scorecards. You can play along as well for the next pay-per-view, or you can go make your subscription now over at digital.prowrestlingscorecards.com, or you can print them out and play along with your friends and have have your own little party. We do have our own little faction if you want to join on the PWS community, the Tornado Tag Podcast. Overall, the number one score was 91 points out of 828 people.
Mhm.
That's how many members are on the site. Number 2 was 86 points,
Oh,
and
wow.
number 3 was 85. And just so happened that 2 of the top 3 were 2 people on this podcast right now.
Wow.
So technically, when it comes to our podcast members, I won
Okay.
with 85 points. But because Kurt has joined our faction and we are a family podcast,
Okay, gotcha.
I'm going to say our new champion this week and coming up to the next pay-per-view finally has dethroned Tyler will be Curtis from the PA Piledriver podcast.
And what was?
Oh, yeah.
What was the score?
He finished with 86 points. I finished with 85, so he beat me by 1 point.
Wow. how
1
about
point,
that?
yeah.
I
Does
got
this
that
mean-
WWE Championship match perfect. Every single thing I got right.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I snuck out and beat you by 1 point.
I think what saved me in that card was the tables match because I went with Cesaro Nakamura winning. The only thing I really got wrong there was it was going to be broken in the ring, and Big E was going to. I said Big E was going to go through the table, but there was a lot of times where I got times or number of stuff perfect, so I
Really?
got double points.
there you go.
Yeah, I did really well.
By the way, we didn't bring it up during the thing, but that power bomb through the table was sick.
it was fantastic. Yeah, it was really good. Yeah, and the only other thing we really want to bring up here.
What was the questions for the swamp fight? Like,
Oh, they were terrible.
does an alligator show up?
Was an alligator?
But there
gonna-
wasn't an alligator, was there?
No,
there was a bunny.
They used an alligator in like a flash shot,
Yeah.
but there was no physical alligator used in the
Okay.
match. Let me pull it up real quick.
Too bad they
I think
couldn't
it was
have.
like match time. I think was one of them.
Oh,
Live
I
I think
alligator.
Otis makes an appearance.
Otis makes an
Oh.
appearance. Rowan returns, and Strowman wears a sheep mask.
Oh,
I got all
they
of
did
them.
with the sheep mask.
I got all of them right except the live. I thought there would be a live
mean,
alligator,
Yeah, I thought they would. I thought maybe they would show it. Like it wouldn't be with them, but it's stock footage or something.
and I didn't realize that it was a non-title match, or I would have picked Bray Wyatt to win. And I
Okay.
I went with Braun Strowman.
Did he win?
No,
I mean,
they chalked it up as.
what if there's a deleted a director's cut where then after Fiend pops up, Bray pops up behind them.
Yeah.
I mean Braun pops
I don't
up
think there was
behind the
one
Fiend.
finisher used the whole time either.
I don't think. Oh yeah, but Braun gives your Nagi the standing one to Bray into the boat when the boat drives away.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I wonder if that boat was Skarsgård, Matt Hardy's.
That's what people were saying. It's
Yeah.
the Skarsgård boat. The only other thing we want to do real quick while we still have Kurt here is Kurt's dad just had a birthday.
Oh, okay.
So we want to
Yeah,
say
yesterday.
a quick happy birthday to him.
Happy birthday.
The pops of the PA Piledriver podcast.
PA pop.
PA
I'm
pop.
trying to put it together. PA pop.
It's the
driver.
PP.
So on our
it's the-
Instagram, I just put the dad of the PA.
Oh.
That's all I put.
how is he doing now that there's no local live wrestling? Is he still enjoying the TV stuff, or what's going on with him?
I finally got him on the Impact bandwagon, so which was good. But he's kind of what the classic WWE fan looks for. Like he'll sit and watch almost all 3 hours of Raw. God bless him. I don't watch it with him, but yeah, I mean he's doing all right. But I put that video together for him yesterday, just to kind of know that hey, people are still alive. We're not all dead, and. But yeah, it was a big thank you to everyone that helped me out with that video because that was awesome. A huge thank you to all of them.
No problem, man. I'm glad he enjoyed it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get into our Brian segment here. Let's go into this day in wrestling.
Yeah, well, this week in wrestling.
This
it's
week, sorry.
Yeah, last week. No, last week it was mostly the same day, just because it just so happened that July 17th was this day that a lot of monument, or 16th was this day that a lot of
A
monumental
lot of
stuff
crazy
happened.
shit happened. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is more of the week. So the first thing was going to be July 22nd. So this was 26 years ago yesterday.
Ooh.
Vince
1994.
McMahon. Yeah, July 22nd, 1994. Vince McMahon found not guilty of federal drug trafficking charges.
I
And
wonder how he did that.
Yeah.
the prosecutors fumbled it horribly. They botched it. They botched it terribly. There's a lot of like jurisdiction things and yeah, they kind of messed it up. And also he may have been telling people to take steroids but not distributing them, and there were
Yeah.
things
So, I
like
mean,
that.
you could
Yeah.
tell someone. I could tell someone that, hey, smoke crack.
Yeah.
I don't have to do it.
A lot of Pennsylvania story. A lot of Pennsylvania related stuff in this story.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of this happened not just in Pennsylvania, but some of this stuff happened at a place Andy Header knows very well, the Hamburg Fieldhouse.
Yeah. How about that?
Yeah.
That's something else. Then this was still like what,
Rumor
the
has
80s,
it there's
they're
still
taping
needles
there.
underneath the bleachers.
Oh God, I hope not.
I'm joking. I'm joking. Outbreak Wrestling. I'm just joking.
Yeah. Hamburg
So,
sues you.
Yeah.
The field house themselves.
The boys don't need their candies.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
And
no-
they might have the same chairs from the 70s, but they cleaned the place.
Yeah. The place is definitely cleaned up. There's no more empty bottles laying around. Or
So yeah,
Go
oh,
ahead.
sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
The central figure in this story, besides Vince McMahon, is Dr. George Zahorian, and he's still practicing medicine. Believe it or not, he's a urologist in Hershey,
I'm
and
gonna go see him
he
and ask for some juice. After, hey, everything's working fine, but I get some steroids.
Take some candy.
Yeah.
He's like, get out. Can I get your autograph, bro?
Yeah.
so he was like the ringside physician, like a lot of us that have gone to independent shows, or people, especially somebody like Andy who was a wrestler in Pennsylvania. Every show in Pennsylvania has to have a doctor at ringside.
And we have a
And-
legendary one in our area.
Yeah.
And back then, now it's up to the promotions to provide the doctor. Before, they would just appoint one by the state would appoint one, and back in the day, it was George Zahorian. He was their ringside physician, mainly in Allentown and Hamburg, from 1984 to 1989, and that was a lot of the TV. That's where WWF taped most of their TV, especially in the late 70s, early 80s. You can actually find it on the network, All Star Wrestling.
Yeah.
And so Zahorian would write up prescriptions to the wrestlers for steroids. Just
Could
let's
you
just
imagine
put
how
it put it
hot
bluntly.
it was in that Hamburg Fieldhouse when they would put a WWE event
I
in
know,
there?
my God, with all the people.
It was probably 300 degrees in there.
Yeah, because there's no air conditioning now, so it definitely wasn't then.
Oh my God. I can't even imagine. Like, Outbreak does a great job packing them in there. But could you imagine Andre the Giant is showing
Yeah.
up to the Hamburg Fieldhouse and they
They probably
pack
turn people away.
and
I
they
would think.
pack that place up on a
Like 2,000 people.
midsummer,
Yeah.
and it's just
95.
nutsack
It's-
sweat and armpits.
It's harder in there than it is outside.
Oh my God, that building is a sauna.
But just think,
Andy, did you ever get a chance to go to any of the ROH shows at the Murphy Rec Center?
No, I was never there. But I heard that was legendarily hot. I
Oh
started
my
going
God.
right when they moved to the Armory in North Philly.
Yeah, Outbreak.
my God.
Outbreak tries to not book Hamburg in the summertime.
Yeah, 'cause
they
it's-
wait for like fall, August, winter shows for
if
there.
the field house had people owning it that cared, and they could run events all the time, but they would. I'll put some AC in there.
Yeah, it's bad. Like the wood sweats.
Yeah, it is brutal.
Yeah.
So yeah, like how did Vince get off? Basically, they had I think 10 or 11 wrestlers testify, and they all said no, he never gave me steroids. The only guy who said that Vince McMahon did was Nails, and there was some. He was such a nutcase that nobody believed him.
Yeah.
Basically,
If you remember looking at Nails, it didn't look like he did
Yeah.
steroids either.
Yeah,
They weren't working for him.
he looked like
He was
he
in
was
a
serial
jumpsuit.
killer. Yeah.
Yeah.
but no, like infamously, he attacked McMahon backstage before, and
Yeah.
he was.
There's a whole Bruce Pritchard podcast about nails.
Really?
Yeah.
I have to check that one out.
And then going way back in time, and this was on this day, July 23rd, 1984. So 36 years ago
I was
today
2.
was the Brawl to End It All on MTV.
Yeah. And now
Wow.
this is not on the network, is it?
It was for a day, and then it got taken down. That and the one that followed it, the War to Settle the Score.
That's
They
weird.
were up for literally a day, and then they got taken
Maybe
down.
because they're like technically an MTV show. So
Yeah, I guess so.
That's
Interesting.
And
I
this
never knew
is
that WWE did stuff with the MTV.
Well, this is
Heat
back in.
was on MTV for a little bit, but
Yeah,
yeah, this was way before that.
This is
Wow.
like the MTV was just starting out.
What else is an MTV? You said?
Sunday Night Heat for a little bit when
Yeah.
when Raw was on Spike TV. Sunday Night
wow.
Heat was
I
on
did
It's
not-
MTV
like
for a little bit.
98,
I did not know that.
99.
I never
Yeah, a
watched
little
Sunday
later, I
Night
think
Heat.
like 2000.
Well, you didn't miss anything.
Yeah. But
Back
go
when it
ahead.
was Stevie Night Heat.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Brawl to End It All was a special on MTV because this is at the very height of the rock and wrestling connection. And it was when Cyndi Lauper was at the peak of her fame. It would be like if, like, who's a famous singer now? It would be like if Cardi B was on WWE or something like that.
Yeah.
And
She was
so-
really hot at the time. Lady
so
Gaga. There we go.
yeah, Lady Gaga. So MTV this they only had one match. They just showed one of the matches from the Madison Square Garden house show, but it was Wendy Richter with Cyndi Lauper and David Wolf in her corner. David Wolf was Cyndi Lauper's boyfriend at the time. He produced her music. He actually, before this, he had a pseudonym, Captain Chameleon. He put out a rap album under the name Captain Chameleon.
Oh, I bet that's something.
And they reworked both songs, and both songs became very famous theme songs for wrestlers. One was "Grab Them Cakes,"
Oh wow.
the Junkyard Dog.
Is the other
theme
one
song.
Slicks?
Yes,
Ah.
but it was Jive Old Foe, and they changed it to Jive Soul Bro.
Well, then that guy he contributed to society. Then. He,
Well,
he
then,
created a
then
good
he
song.
became the governor of Pennsylvania.
That's
Okay,
Tomlin.
that's Tomlin.
Well, he changed his name. But kept the last name.
Down.
Go ahead.
Slicks
And then-
music. Jive So Bro is so good.
I love Jive Soul Bro. And then, so this is when Moolah was supposedly, and she had lost the title here and there.
Yeah.
She was supposedly the women's champion for 28 years. And she has Captain Lou in her corner. The way Cyndi Lauper got involved, David Wolf was a big wrestling fan, but it was mainly because her big hit song was "Girls Just Want to Have Fun," and Captain Lou played her dad in the video,
Mhm.
and that's how it kind of they came to kind of link up. So Albano's in Moolah's corner. Wendy Richter wins, and it wound up drawing a 9.0 rating on MTV, which was huge at the
something.
time.
Jesus.
And for decades, it was the most watched show on MTV. I think an episode of Jersey Shore finally beat it
Whoa.
at the peak of that show's popularity.
Get Wendy
then-
Richter and Moolah back. Let's not do that.
It was so successful that they did another one in '85, The War to Settle the Score, which was Hulk Hogan against Roddy Piper for the title. It wound up being a DQ, I think.
Yeah.
Hogan won by DQ.
Piper
But
didn't wanna
that
lose.
the angle afterward is how they set up the first WrestleMania, because Piper and Orndorff and Bob Orton are beating up on Hogan, and Mr. T jumps the rail to make the save.
Now, speaking of Piper, Heidi, for her new car, she needed to have something to call her own in the car.
Okay.
So she found this website. It's somewhere on the table. I don't know. I can't find it. It's something horror or horror toys or scream toys. It's
Okay.
somewhere here. I don't know. I have to
Mhm.
find it. But
I think I know where this is going.
nightmaretoys.com. So
Okay.
she ordered these air fresheners for her car. She ordered 2 for me and 2 for her.
Mhm.
She ordered Captain Spaulding and she ordered a Leatherface. And
Okay.
I ordered Spike or Stripe from the Gremlins,
Okay.
the one with the white
Oh,
mohawk.
all right.
And I ordered the They Live face.
Oh, okay. Like
so
the
in my
alien.
car right now is a bubblegum scented They Live
Oh,
face.
that's cool.
Oh,
that they
that's
made bubble-
perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. All right.
I never got to see that
I-
show because I was too young at the time, and
Mhm.
then I don't think they were released on video. I mean, bootleg, but not officially.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're probably on YouTube somewhere.
Yeah.
I am more partial to Body Slam as far as
Oh.
Roddy Piper movies.
Oh,
There you
With
go.
we watched this other one a couple weeks ago where it's him and this
Hell comes to Frogtown.
Hell Comes
Oh,
to
okay.
Frogtown. Holy
Mhm.
premise of the movie: people cannot have babies anymore, and there's a frog civilization. But Roddy Piper's the only sterile man, so they have to go save these fertile women so Roddy Piper can have sex with them. That
That's
is
awesome.
the legit B-rated movie they made with Roddy Piper, and it is hilarious.
And I never got to see
Body
it. I know
Body
that.
Slam is very schlocky. It's very 80s.
Yeah.
It's basically there's this music manager. He's played by Dirk Benedict, who was on the A-Team with Mr. T. And he's this music manager, M. Harry Smilak, and he loses all his clients, and his like friend is dumping him. He's like just like this, fly by night. He's always getting his cars towed because he's behind on his payments.
He's Herb Abrams.
And he loses all of his clients, and he thinks Roddy Piper's a singer, in the movie, but he winds up finding out he's a wrestler. And so it's him and the Tonga Kid or Piper's team. Speaking of local people, Tonga Kid.
Yeah.
And then they go against Captain Lou's team. He's Captain Lou Morano instead of
I
Albano.
think that's
So
his
yeah,
real
big
name.
change. But it's him and his team is the Barbarian and this other guy Tijo Khan, and they're basically the Road Warriors.
Yeah.
Tommy Young.
All right. What was our next day in history? The next thing that happened here.
July 21st. So we're going back. This would have been 28 years ago on Tuesday, July 21st.
Yes, sir.
It was the first ladder match in WWF/E history. And it was Bret Hart against Shawn Michaels for the Intercontinental title.
Two of the greatest of all time.
Yeah, apparently Brett
Yeah.
brought the match from Stampede Wrestling. They had a ladder
Yeah.
match up there a couple times.
Yep.
Yeah, they had him with him and Dynamite, I think. I think one of them might have been on a Bret DVD.
I think one's Jake Roberts, and the ladder
Oh,
is
wow.
just like a wooden ladder that they lean against the scaffold, and you have to climb up the ladder like one way. It's like so it's a flat ladder. It
Yeah.
doesn't open. I forget it's Jake Roberts for somebody. And he just has like these lame red pants on.
This would be, not to steal your next line here, but this would be the second infamous matches where they had involved Brett and Shawn in some capacity that never made it to TV.
What was it?
The tag team match where the Rockers defeated the Rockers
right,
defeated the
I thought they defeated the Brainbusters and won the tag.
no, they
titles.
beat
Hart
they
Foundation.
beat
Oh,
the
did
Hart
they?
Foundation and
Wow,
the
how
top
about
rope
that?
broke.
Yeah.
So that match couldn't be aired on TV.
How dumb.
And the Rockers never have credit
Yeah.
for winning a tag team championship.
So
Yeah,
I like
they
that. Like
changed their mind.
the rope broke, so we're just not going to give you the title.
yeah, the match never happened. Interesting. Yeah, go ahead, Brian.
The first ladder match I actually ever saw, a friend of my dad's when I was a little kid, he had a start of Best of a Great American Bash tape.
Ooh.
And it had the first two War Games matches. It blew my mind because I just watched WWE. I'm like, what is this? These people are bleeding. And it had a barbed wire ladder match with Tully Blanchard and Dusty Rhodes, and there's like
Wow.
a big bag of money, and nobody even bothered to grab the ladder until the very end because I think Tully's knocked out and Dusty just grabs the ladder, and so that was in like 86, 87, something like that.
Wow.
And I actually, my other ladder match thing is I got to see in person at the Philadelphia Spectrum in 94. I got to see, or 93, I got to see Razor Ramon and Shawn in a ladder match. It was basically a practice. No, it was 94. It was basically a practice match leading up to their match at WrestleMania 10.
That's fantastic.
Doesn't Shawn have a reputation for being a guy like Randy Savage, DDP, where he likes to have a lot of his stuff planned out?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, basically, when I watched the match at WrestleMania 10, I was calling out things like Diesel's going to get kicked out here. This is going to happen here because I remembered it from watching it. Like
That's what happened to us. We went to Wilkes-Barre and seen AJ versus Randy Orton in a dark match. All of their stuff was kind of done during a dark match, and all the same spots happened at WrestleMania.
A lot of them guys
Oh,
back then they would practice the match when
Yeah.
they're going around.
Kurt,
the
can you
tour.
talk real quick? Just make sure you're still good.
Yeah.
There you are. Okay,
I
just making sure.
Quiet.
Well, I seen your mouth moving a little bit. I just didn't know if your mic wasn't working. I've only ever seen one ladder match live in any promotion, and it was with you.
Oh.
It was your ladder match. It's the only live ladder match I've ever seen.
Yeah.
When you won the
No, it
Outbreak
isn't.
title.
Oh, I was just kidding.
I
Help me
didn't
out
know
with
it
that
isn't.
because
Yeah.
I
No,
No, it
forget.
isn't, Tony.
Yep.
It
What's
is
that?
not.
What's that?
What? What? You
You're
got-
missing one. You saw the 6-man ladder match at Impact, the first PPW show, where
Yeah, but-
Orlando dropped the belt into Sean Carr's hand.
I
Okay, there you
I
go,
seen
yeah.
Andy win first though. That was my first ladder match I seen. So I
You
seen
said
two.
only.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
you
seen
said
two.
only.
I seen
You
two.
see more than that.
Yeah, I've seen.
'Cause
my
PPW had the tag team ladder match.
Yes.
Where
Oh,
Main
that
Event got
too,
the
yeah.
briefcase.
Let me recorrect. My
The golden
first
ticket.
ladder match I seen
I seen
live was Andy
500.
Header. Yeah, I've never. Yeah, I only
I've seen every ladder match.
every ladder
Jesus
match.
Christ, I've been in like 20.
Really?
Yeah, I remember one time.
They don't look fun.
Matt Turner was saying something, and he's like, "Oh, this is the first time." He's like, "What do we do?" And I was like, "You've been a bunch, right?" I was like, "Yeah, I think like 15 at this point."
Yeah, they
I
don't.
was
Look,
like,
they
I was
don't look
trying to
fun.
remember, like I don't even remember them all. So it's fun.
Awesome.
He looks like Matt Hardy. Put him in a ladder
Yeah,
match.
Yeah.
he can do some stuff.
All right. What up?
So but this Brett Shawn ladder match is actually on the network, not in the
Yes.
network, on the network. They have a bunch of the old Coliseum videos,
It's called Whack 'em.
and yeah, Smack 'em Whack 'em was this one.
Smack
Yeah,
'em
and-
and
Yeah,
whack 'em.
they just be collection of the matches from house shows, and they put them on video.
Yeah,
Some of them are pretty good.
They used to do like these things where they do like personality profiles, like, oh, our featured guy on this tape is Bret Hart, and it happened to be Bret Hart this time. So that ladder match is on there, and him winning the title from Ric Flair is on there.
Yeah.
Wow,
If you are watching real quick, I know we have a pretty good amount of viewers here. You are more than welcome to join in on the chat and talk to us here. We are watching the chat. I did see Alexis joined in. I do have a plug for her coming up in a minute here. So we are keeping an eye on that for people who want to talk to us. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, real quick, this has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but while we're talking about stuff that's on the network now, they just uploaded a bunch of the ECW old videotapes. And one of them, and I wasn't at the show, I don't know why I didn't go to the show. One of them is called Just Another Night. It's a fan cam show. It's not at the ECW arena. And it's at this old athletic club. It's called the Briarcliff Fieldhouse, literally right up the street from my middle school.
Oh, I'll say Briarcliff.
That's
I said
awesome.
that's something from
I think
Pennsylvania.
there's something around here. Yeah, Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in Glen Olden, Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all
and,
go ahead.
nobody's ever heard of it.
Yeah.
And there's a stop sign across the street, and I remember once seeing that, oh, the stop sign is like kind of bent now. It's because Brian Lee and Tommy Dreamer wrestled, and it was a Falls Count Anywhere match. They went outside, and Brian Lee threw Tommy Dreamer into the stop sign.
That's funny.
That's great.
But all the shows they uploaded used to be what would be their pay-per-views before they were on pay-per-view. They're
Yeah.
big shows at the time.
Yeah, it was a big monthly arena
Like
show.
Cyber Slam, what was it?
Eventually, Jeff's going to join the table and hang out with us and talk wrestling.
Yeah.
He has some old
went to all them
ECW
shows, yeah.
shows. He has some stories where he would just harass people.
Yeah.
And just he was the greatest heckler, and he would just scream stuff. And there was I don't want to tell any
The greatest
of the stories.
heckler is like the nicest prisoner.
Yeah,
You know,
he
it's-
has some insane stories where he went toe to toe with Paul Heyman in the ring, and he's heckling so loud that Paul
Well,
Heyman
not in the ring.
Well, no, Paul Heyman was in the ring
Yeah,
talking,
yeah,
and he
Jeff
Jeff
wasn't
was
in the
so
ring, yeah.
loud that Paul Heyman acknowledged him in the
I
crowd.
bet they're probably just fucking.
Yeah, he would yell such
Yeah.
crazy. And he was one of those insiders, so he knew all the stuff, and he'd be
Yeah.
screaming stuff. And then he would do the move where I'll tell one of his things where he would yell like Scott Steiner was in the ring, and he yells, "Steroids are bad," and Scott Steiner would turn to be like, "Who said that?" And Jeff would turn around and look behind,
yeah,
and look
yeah,
behind him
who-
like, "Who said
yeah.
that? Who the hell was that guy?" So he would do stuff like that. Now I've went to live wrestling with Jeff.
Yeah.
He is insane. He is
Yeah.
hilarious.
So that stuff like it's funny, but that's the guy that ruins the show.
yeah.
That's like you're like everyone's like, all right, stop.
Yeah.
That's enough. This isn't get yourself over. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, he was. Well, I mean, the ECW back in the day, everyone was.
I mean, a lot of people are
insane.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that was ECW.
It fit right in.
There was probably other guys trying to steal the show too.
Yeah, he said he was at a show too one time where he was talking to a girl front row, and she was like talking to him, and he's like, "Oh my god, this girl's actually talking to me."
Yeah.
And then he's like, next thing I know, the girl jumped the railing, and it was Francine.
Oh,
Okay.
that's funny.
Yeah. But yeah, all right, let's get our next one here.
The last of these, then we have the birthdays. This was July 23rd, so this was today. It was 31 years ago today.
Wow.
July 23rd, 1989. One of the all-time great, in my opinion, WCW or NWA pay-per-views. Great American Bash 89 Glory Days. And if you want to fire up the network, this is definitely a show to watch.
Is this the promo?
Huh?
Is this the Dusty Rhodes promo in this one?
No, Dusty was in WWF at this time.
Oh, okay.
Are you thinking his classic promo?
Yeah.
No, that was like 86. or
86. Okay.
85,
I didn't know when that promo was cut.
And with the Hard Times
Yeah,
one?
the
or-
hard
Hard
times.
Times, yeah.
Wasn't that like 86?
Yeah, that was like 86. That was just on a TV show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in '89, this is at the point where Dusty's in the polka dots, dancing with Sapphire, and but this is an all-time great pay-per-view. This was right after Ric Flair turned babyface. This is Ric Flair's probably best year ever because he had great matches with Steamboat. Then he turned around and had great matches with Terry Funk, and this is one of them. It's not the famous one. The more famous one is the I Quit match. This is just a straight-up match because they did an angle where after Flair beat Steamboat for the title, the way he turned babyface is Funk attacks him afterward and pile drives him on a table.
Yeah.
And they had Flair like in traction, like he was in a hospital bed. He has a broken neck. He might have to retire, but he's like, "No, I'm coming out of retire." Yeah, Flair retiring in '89. How about
I
that?
sure would like a title shot sometime, Ric Flair. That's what I would like.
Because yeah, Funk was there as a judge because
Yeah.
the match with Steamboat had judges, and was to set up Funk challenging for a title shot.
That was awesome.
And this match, or this pay-per-view, also has it's short but a really good TV title match with Sting and the Great Muta. You have Luger and Rick Steamboat for the U.S. title. You have a tuxedo match between Jim Cornette and Paulie Dangerously.
go.
Oh my god.
And War Games. And it was the War Games. I couldn't remember who was all in it. We brought it up last week because we were talking about Terry Gordy passing away.
Whoa.
It is the Road Warriors, the Midnight Express, who were baby faces at this time.
Wow.
What a time! The
Yeah.
Midnight Express and Ric Flair were both baby faces.
Wow.
And Jim Cornette. by
This sounds
proxy.
like a good
Yeah.
war games
Yeah.
match. This lineup.
The Road Warriors, the Midnight Express, and Dr. Death Steve Williams against the Freebirds. I believe it's Gordy Hayes and I think Garvin, not Buddy
Okay.
Roberts, but I'm not sure about that. And the Samoans, which is Fatu and Samu.
Yeah,
That's
the
crazy.
Samoan SWAT team. Yeah, I'd like to go back and watch it. I don't know if
Yeah.
I've ever seen the show all the way. It sounds
yeah,
good.
highly, highly recommend the show.
That
And
sounds
the
really
Great
fun.
Muda could move back when he was young, man. Nowadays, it's Shining Wizard slap.
Yeah. You can't expect too much out of
Yeah,
him.
he's pretty old.
Yeah.
But
The opening match on that is a 2-ring battle royal as well.
Wow.
yeah, because they would do that. They would always try and then they have one match in one ring, one in the next, because they had the 2 rings for
Mhm.
War Games.
All right.
Yeah, so birthdays for this week. We're going to go back to Friday, which was July 17th. Mojo Rawley is 34 years old. And Daphne from WCW and Impact and many other places, she is now 45.
Wow.
Oh wow.
And then Saturday, July 18th, Al Snow is now 57 years old.
Yeah,
I saw him at the
everybody
Oregon
still
Diner
loves
once.
Head.
Yeah, he's still looking good too.
Yeah, he does. He's huge.
I don't know if he has anything to do with Impact anymore, but I know he was some.
I think he owns OVW now.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
I don't know that.
Mandy Rose, I couldn't find the exact age. Some things say she's 29, some say she's 30.
She's 18.
But her birthday was on Saturday.
Wow.
And then Carlos Colon, Sr., Carlito's dad and Primo's dad. He is 72 years old.
Ooh,
Wow.
Very involved in, allegedly, in the Bruiser Brody thing we talked
Yeah.
about last week.
Yeah.
And then this one's Tony's going to like this one.
Love this. This
Sunday,
is-
July 19th, Jinder Mahal is now
Mm.
34 years
The
old.
modern day Maharaja. I probably said that wrong, but he's
Mhm.
he's the goat. He's the goat.
Maharaja.
He's the goat.
Maharaja.
I want him back. I want him
Wow.
back.
The goat of what?
Greatest WB champ of our decade.
Oh God.
This is a new decade.
Just spit out some names there that aren't Jinder Mahal. AJ Styles.
Listen, I'm a fan of Jinder, man. I don't know. I like him.
CM
Punk.
Punk.
I like
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
Even
Punk is
Brock
definitely the
Lesnar.
greatest champion of that decade.
Seth Rollins.
I don't like it. I'm joking.
I'd
I'm
argue.
joking.
I'd argue Goldberg.
No, he's better than Goldberg. He's been.
I
better
don't
than-
know. I remember Goldberg matches. I don't remember Jinder Mahal matches.
Come on, that him and Randy Orton, classic.
Was it?
Oh, the one in
And the-
Philly where
the
every- it
Punjabi
was just
prison match.
bringing a Great Khali shows up.
That's like a 2 out of 10. That
I
was
would watch
horrible.
that on repeat before I watch the 2 main events heavyweight championship matches at WrestleMania this year or last year.
Drew versus
The span-
Brock.
the s-
Let me
the-
try and guess.
The spam finishers, both of them.
Well, they were both boring. Yeah, and then Goldberg versus.
I
forget.
would watch. I would
forget.
watch Jinder
Who
Mahal
is the
struggle.
champion, Andy?
I would watch Jinder Mahal.
Oh, Braun versus Goldberg. Oh, the both matches sucked.
Yeah,
All 3 matches sucked. They're all even.
yeah. But I would watch that one over those two any day of the
I
week.
would choose nothing.
I,
I'd rather.
for one, choose death.
I'd rather watch RoboCop come to the ring in WCW.
Oh, Capital Combat.
Yeah.
That would be fun. Should I go back to?
We're staying in this good boy RoboCop.
The good one. RoboCop. All right, Sunday.
Also on Sunday, Robert Gibson of the Rock and Roll
There
Express
we
turned
go.
62.
There's a good wrestler right there. Still at it too.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Hoot.
And, he's,
And then,
and he is 30 years on Jinder, and he's still probably better than him in the
Oh,
ring.
yeah.
He's still probably better right now. Maybe
Ricky
not-
Morton's
not-
definitely better right now.
Yes, not better body wise, but in ring yes.
I never seen Jinder Mahal do a Canadian Destroyer.
Yeah, that's true. Or a suicide dive. Not when he's 63 or whatever. Ricky
This
Morton
has
is.
gone off the rails.
Now I really want to see Jinder Mahal do a Canadian Destroyer.
I thought you were going to say Jinder Mahal versus Ricky Morton.
Yeah.
All right.
Where's Jinder Mahal been? Does he live in like
He
a different
came-
country or
He
something?
came back and then got hurt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he got hurt again, which is a
Yeah,
shame
he
because
has,
he
like,
was
a
coming
knee
back as a
thing.
babyface and he was like congratulating Drew,
Okay.
and then he got hurt. Yeah.
And then Monday, July 20th, Adam Rose, 41 years
Oh,
old.
And we also had
No relation to Mandy Rose.
no,
Or Nyla Rose.
no.
No relation.
But we also had 2 other birthdays. We had podcast birthdays on Monday.
We did.
We had our boy Brian here.
Oh, did he? Oh, I didn't know it was
I don't know
Brian's
if you
birthday.
want
Oh
to
my
disclose
God.
your disclose your age.
Brian's 22.
Okay.
I was gonna say 21.
No, I wish.
You
I
can-
am I am 37 years old.
Whoa.
37
how
years
about
old,
that?
Brian. And then our boy Austin Blackman,
Wow.
turned 20 years old.
Wow.
On Monday.
How about that? I seen Austin's notification, but I did not see Brian's.
Yeah.
How about that? I'm sorry. Happy birthday.
Yeah, I got
Thank
caught
you.
up on stuff, and I was
I
like,
miss a lot of stuff sometimes
yeah,
on Facebook.
but there it is. Our boys are getting older here on Tornado Tag Podcast. On Monday,
Well,
they
one
bo-
of them.
two boys had a birthday the same day. Tornado on the team here.
It's also the moon landing day. That's the
Yeah.
day we landed
What
on
day
the
was
moon.
your dad's birthday, Curtis?
Yesterday, so the 22nd.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
All right,
Happy
so
birthday again to him.
That comes up on Wednesday. All right, let's go back. Let's go to the 21st.
The 21st. Happy birthday to Sean Stasiak. He
Ooh,
is 50
me.
years old now.
50 years old. Holy shit.
Wow, he's 50. Yeah, Planet Stasiak.
Yeah, I know.
There's a guy who can't wrestle.
Looked great though.
Yeah, I did.
Looked
great.
great.
Yeah.
I always remember when he was doing the Planet Stasiak thing, and I forget what happened, but it was when Regal was a GM, and he had his office with the British flag and the suit of armor and everything. And just one episode, Sean Stasiak comes running in full speed and runs right into the suit of armor. It was great.
Like Yoshihashi. Didn't he, when he was in WCW, didn't he get like a remix of Mr. Perfect's music?
Yeah, because he was like perfect Sean.
Yeah,
Stasiak.
Perfect Sean. I'm like, this is the best gimmick. And the promos weren't bad, but then like Bruce Pritchard said, that damn bell had to ring.
Yep. The bell
And
had
then
to ring.
he was in that tag team, the Perfect Event. It was him and
Lex.
Palumbo.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was thinking Lex. I think he did tag with Lex.
Well, yeah, because like he was Stasiak was supposed to be the new Mr. Perfect. Palumbo was supposed to be the new Lex Luger, and he was the big event instead of the total package.
Yeah.
God.
So they were the perfect event.
Oh.
You remember he got Stasiak got fired from WWF because I guess he was like video recording conversations
Yeah.
with people while they're riding
was-
around
yeah,
like making towns.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. He's a weird dude.
And then he became a chiropractor. He's Dr. Sean Stasiak. now.
Dr. Sean Stasiak. I wonder if he still has that stupid hair.
Because I remember for a little while, this was like 10 years ago or so, it was when he first came back to TNA or first came to TNA. Rob Van Dam did a podcast for a little bit, and he had him, it was him, Chris Nowinski, Stasiak, and I forget the other guy. He was like, look at this, 4 Polish wrestlers on one podcast.
Hey, Van Dam ain't Polish.
Now, Wednesday, July 22nd is not only Curtis's dad's birthday, but probably one of the greatest wrestler of all time's birthday.
Oh, Akira Tozawa, yeah, he's 35.
35 for
I don't know
considered.
where we're going with this one.
And the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, 55 years
Yeah.
old.
Wow.
55. I can't believe he's only 5 years older than Sean Stasiak.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
It's insane. Tyler had a really
Jeez.
good post. Maybe we'll entertain it real quick here, where he kind of said Kobe Bryant had 2 Hall of Fame careers in 2 different numbers, and then Sean he retired more than twice, but when he kind of had an era and then left for a while and then came back and had another Hall of Fame career era.
Yeah.
What would you consider as your favorite Sean era?
I think I like the older Sean.
I do like the older
I think
Sean
the
as well,
matches were
too.
better.
Yeah,
Older, yeah.
yeah. Like I said, it's good. It's gonna be tough for me to say anyone better in the wrestling industry is better than Shawn Michaels. But
Now, if you have to work with him, I guess you're going to pick the
Yeah.
older guy.
Yeah,
listen,
you're going
if-
to take old Shawn Michaels there.
yeah, because he did have his demons. He was not a good human being. But I don't know if I talked about in the podcast, but like being a Sean fan and not making excuses for his just being a scumbag to people growing up, but like he did say like a lot of it was like him coming in the business, the old timers just kind of treated him like garbage.
Yeah,
And I
Mhm.
and I think he did come up in an era where the culture was really shitty,
Mhm.
and so he kind of just gave back to what he was getting,
Yeah.
and that was the time of wrestling where the culture was kind of like we don't have to be that way anymore, and Sean was kind of like no, it happened to me, it's happening to you type deal, which I'm glad he
Not-
kind of has grown out of that, but I think a lot of it was a product of his environment where it kind of happened to him, so he was dishing it back out, but everybody else is kind of like it doesn't need to be this way anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm glad it's not.
Yeah.
Let's beat the hell out of people and let's get drunk and drive our cars the next town.
Let's not go sell for a guy in the ring
Yeah,
because we
let's-
think he's
yeah,
small. And,
I can't take that move tonight, brother. Make me look weak. And
Yeah.
all that shit.
So it was. I'm not making excuses for Sean, but I attribute a lot of it to that.
yeah.
All right, July 24th.
So that's today. And,
Hey.
or no, that's July 23rd. I
My
have
mom's
the date- wrong
birthday
date
is
in
in
my notes
like
here.
2 days.
Oh yeah, I kind of see that too. Yeah, today's birthday. Your mom's
Today,
birthday's
July
when?
23rd.
I think it's 26th
Zack
or
Sabre
27th.
Jr.
I always forget. Oh, Zack Sabre Jr. Wow.
Zach
He's
Sabre,
33.
33 years old.
New
My age.
Japan IWGP Tag Team Champion. with
Guy's
Taichi.
probably in the best shape of his life, and I'm a fat slob over here.
Well, he doesn't eat meat, so he's very like he said in one promo. I'm a gangly noodle man.
All right. Let me pull up some notes here real quick.
Wow, how
if
about
you want
that?
to, if you want to intro us to the next thing here, and I'll pull up the results.
You know,
Yeah, real quick though.
Go ahead.
Kind of unrelated to this. It made me think of it as actually Shawn Michaels, because I was thinking back to when him and Marty were the Midnight Rockers in AWA, and one of their big feuds was against Buddy Rose and Doug Summers.
yeah.
And Sherry, who wound up being Sean's manager, was their manager, and their theme music was "Dress You Up" by Madonna, and just that popped in my head. It made me think, and we should probably bring this up, that it hasn't really been around a lot, but a local indie wrestler from the old days of CZW did pass away this week. Z-Bar. He was a mainstay in CZW in the very, very early days.
Yeah, early 2000s.
He did some IWA Mid-South. There's this one YouTube video where Ian Rotten comes out and he tells everybody Z-Bar is about to come out. He can't hear me. As soon as his music hits, everybody go to the bathroom, go to the concession stand. So he comes out and there's nobody in the seats.
I think he wrapped up wrestling about 2008. Somewhere
Yeah.
around there. I've
Yeah.
seen him a few
There
times.
probably is a bunch more. So if you do watch this back and you are a fan of the show and we didn't say it, we're sorry. But I do know one independent wrestler birthday that happened
Okay.
over the since our last episode, and I'm having a brain fart right now.
Describe a help.
PPW small guy. He wrestled Evolve for a while. Why? I'm so shitty right now.
Rich Swan?
No,
I posted
Casey
about
Navarro?
it.
Kurt. Yeah, you made a pert about it, Kurt.
Yeah. So Casey Navarro's
Casey
birthday.
Navarro,
I want to
thank
figure out
you.
what day.
Yeah.
But then over the weekend there was a good amount too. I'm trying to pull. I have all these here.
I'm shitty with birthdays on Facebook. I can't keep track.
Unless I
think
get
on
that
Sat-
reminder. I don't know.
On Saturday we had Midas Black's birthday.
Okay.
Okay. One half a main event.
Mantequilla.
Sam Adams, and
wow.
Tony McKeegan or TJ Masters.
Okay.
Yeah, how about
The
that?
boss man.
Yeah. Did you see that post that they put up where hold on, now I'm getting Christina and
Johnny
John
Moran.
Moran, yeah, they
Like-
have been champion for a year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Their
year.
respective titles.
Yeah.
The women's title and the TV title.
Yeah.
That's
Well-
awesome.
Well, one of them, I don't see anyone beating Christina Marie anytime soon, but you have a crack at possibly Johnny Moran soon.
Yeah, well, I was in the number one contenders match. Who knows what happened?
Yeah, we
We'll
don't
see. We'll see.
So we'll see what happens when if you and Chris Banks go at it.
Yeah.
If it's a triple threat, or if maybe it's just gonna be you and Johnny. We'll find out
Yeah,
what
well,
happens there.
Yeah,
So yeah,
in the future.
So I think if anyone's gonna take that long reign title off Moran, the guy's
Yeah,
right here.
Right here.
Yeah, right here. I mean, listen,
You're
Johnny,
going
you're a
for
good
it.
guy, and I love the Washington football team to be announced.
Yes.
I almost
the
said
football
it.
team.
I almost said it. But
Hail to the football team.
hail to
There's
the
no
football team.
names left. There's nothing to
There's
pick.
nothing left. Actually, Las Vegas just released, not Las Vegas, Seattle just released their new hockey team,
Yeah.
the Seattle Kraken, and it looks
That's
awesome.
a great name. I think they could do up
The logo more?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, maybe
It's
add a
not
little-
cracking enough for my taste. I would
Yeah.
have like tentacles coming off the bottom of it. and
Yeah.
stuff.
It's, I think,
They
very,
should
very
have just had
simple.
the Kraken from Earthbound.
Yeah, yeah. It isn't bad, but I mean,
Yeah.
I would prefer more.
I think the reason the Redskin thing didn't happen right away is because there's a guy who trademarked everything, and because the front office
Yeah,
are
they're trying to fight,
scumbags,
yeah.
and there's a lot of really bad things going on in the front office
Right.
where their ownership
Yeah.
and their people are horrible.
so. Everything's
Apparently,
going
that
which
guy
way.
said he's going to give them whatever name they want. He said he did it. He's a fan, and he did it to
Oh wow.
make sure nobody else did that.
Oh, interesting. I mean, I personally, I want the Red Tails.
Yeah.
I want the team name to mean something. I just don't want. No offense, Brian and Kurt here. I don't want it to be just a generic animal name. I want it to have something. I want it to have meaning.
I say go the supernatural like the Kraken. Why can't they be like Washington Bigfoot?
The Washington Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Wrong Washington.
Washington
Wrong
Sasquatch.
Washington.
Washington Sasquatch.
They want to
There you
keep the R because they want to keep the hail to the R.
go. Well, too bad.
All right.
I'm offended by R, so get rid of it.
Yeah, listen, it's gonna get to the point
And
where
be the Washington Yeti.
it's gonna get to the point where after they
Yeti.
after
The
they take that one
Yeti.
down, there's gonna be other ones under
Just wait
attack.
till every football team is just all the city they live in.
Yeah.
No colors, all gray outfits, no numbers because that's offensive. Because if you're number one, it's not fair to the person who's number two.
Yeah.
So just no numbers anymore.
One
Just
history
names.
search. Here's my new thing. I want the Cowboys changed because they were literally hired hitmen to kill Native American people. So I want that name gone.
Man, they killed other Cowboys.
And
I
listen,
want that team gone.
and if
Let's just go
someone
one step
as
farther.
someone who's only
Yeah.
5'11" and not
Yeah.
6 foot, I feel really offended and triggered by the word giant
Yeah.
because I wish I was tall.
I'm offended by Steelers because I know my family worked in the wood mills and then people.
They were
that-
competition.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we got
just had to change that.
Get them out of here. Get them out of here. If we could just focus. I can't get rid of the Eagles, obviously.
Football,
'cause
football team 1, 2, 3. Well, you can't because that's offensive. A, B, C, D.
Yeah.
Tonight we got the Washington A's versus Philadelphia
It's like
Fs.
it's like Tecmo Ball.
I like this. The Eagles are the only team in the NFC East. I like it.
Yeah, and you still won't win the division.
I said to the one guy today, I said, what if the ridiculous name and then this is like their best year ever, and then just they go undefeated, they're unstoppable. I go, then everyone's like, can we be like the New York football team?
Yeah, I don't
If
think
that team goes undefeated, I will change my name to Washington Redskins.
you clip that. Whoever's watching this in the chat,
Now,
hit clip.
here,
Hit
not to get too deep in it. What if they named it after an actual Native American guy?
They did. Well, they didn't name
Well,
it.
yeah, but not like
The
a,
logo was
like,
actually
like a name. You know, like around here.
It's
Yeah.
named after Bill Redskin.
Because
Yeah.
think about this for a second. You could name if you named 3 towns out of here, you'd probably be all Native American names.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Manhattan.
Yeah.
Like, like what if they would have taken
the name wasn't.
I don't
but
know
the
anyone's-
logo. The name was.
like Sacagawea? Obviously, you're not gonna take that
The name was derived. This is taking a weird left
Yeah.
turn here, but the name was actually created by Native American tribes,
Yeah.
and it was named after because the team at the time had a Native American coach and 4 players.
Oh wow.
So
I didn't
that's
know
where the
that.
name
Yeah.
derived from. And then the logo was created to honor an actual Native American tribe leader.
Mhm.
And so that logo's face was actually a actual person in history.
Wow.
And like their family's devastated because like
Yeah, I heard that the grandson was interviewed.
yeah,
Or something.
but nobody wants to hear that
oh
side.
no, they want to hear about the person who don't even watch football.
Yeah, they
or
want to
don't
hear
care.
about the guy who's 1/4 10th Cherokee Indian
or the one white
who
lady
is the
that's-
whitest lady ever
yeah.
who gets sunburned in 45-degree
who
weather.
sits in her house and just looks for things to get offended
Yeah,
by.
and gets offended by that. Yeah.
What
So that,
what if? Oh, I had it. I had a great name. I just lost it. Oh man, never mind.
I
One,
thought-
one
I
of my
thought you were
favorite things with the Seattle Kraken, somebody just in really bad MS Paint took the top of the logo and made it like yellowish and made it Seattle Karen.
Oh, that'd be great.
I was like, I'd like to speak to the manager of the NHL.
yeah. All right. Well, let's get into our
Ah.
independent section here. We had a show over. Was it over the weekend?
Saturday.
On Saturday.
Last Saturday.
Last
Yes,
Saturday.
yes, last Saturday. ACW in Newmanstown, Pennsylvania. I was there. Was that the freak? Smells like a freak show or like a freak show?
Yes.
I
Yeah,
forget
Smells
the
Like a Freak
subtitle
Show.
of it. Yes.
Overall, what was your experience on it?
Well, the show was moved outside because of the rules for the virus and everything. So you're limited to 25 inside, but that's terrible. It kills the show. Or 250 outside. I don't know if we had 250, but they did have the seats spread out. And then not to get political or anything, but the one of the health commissioners or something came and said, "Okay, the fans have to wear masks, but when they sit down, they can take them off." I'm like, "Okay." And then they said, when the wrestlers come to the ring, wear the mask to the ring, take it off to wrestle, and then put it back on when you're done. I'm like, that makes no sense at all.
Okay.
Yeah, and you had to use hand sanitizer, which I'm like, okay. But I'm like, we're sweating on each other, and it was hot, so I mean, just
You
sweat
sh-
going everywhere.
It's a shame that the whole
Yeah.
Joey Ryan thing happened because if you would have came down and just like squirted.
Oh yeah, could you imagine? Dame actually did. I had a bottle of a hand sanitizer, and Dame did spot where he put on like Nakazawa, where they did that, and then
Yeah.
he tried to DDT Tim Donst, then he couldn't. He fell.
Yeah.
But, Yeah, I wrestled Stockade. I didn't win. That's okay. You know.
Yeah.
It happens.
Was it a
sometimes.
good match?
Did Sandman wind
Yeah.
up showing up there?
Sandman did show up,
Yeah,
and he caned Saren Frost, and I believe somebody else. So
Really?
Because
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he sweats hand sanitizer.
yeah,
Yeah.
he didn't do too much though. But man, it was hot. But at least they moved it out back, right? So there's a big ambulance building there because it was like a VFW. It was
Yeah.
called the Orioles, and same basic thing. And inside, when it is inside, it will look awesome. But the sun was setting by like the first match was getting a little sun, but then it set and then it was in the shade, so it wasn't too
Nice.
bad.
But
I mean, it was hot just because it was hot.
we
outside.
tried to have a beer with Sandman at the Outbreak show, and he told us he doesn't drink.
He doesn't drink anymore.
Yeah. So it was.
It kind of takes away from the entrance. He doesn't smoke anymore either.
Yeah. I mean, good for him.
I mean, yeah.
I'm glad he doesn't.
I mean, I don't want the guy
I
to
know
die,
he poured a
so-
beer down Dave Cantwell's face.
Yeah.
And I don't think Dave Cantwell has ever watched a Sandman match his entire life, but got
Hey,
but-
beer
but
was
got,
enough.
but got
Yeah.
to have one of the greatest moments. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that fans want.
So yeah, we had a correspondent besides Andy Header at
Yes.
the show. So Alexis was at the show. Did you get to hand out any pins or stickers?
A couple, yeah.
Cool.
I forgot. I have the pins in my merch
Keep them.
box.
Just
so.
keep
okay.
keep them to the shows.
I gave so here's what. How about this? I believe they're brothers. They're I look up their names. Can I forget Jake and Scott, Sean? Anyway, one wrote Necroman and one does the lettering for Necroman.
Really?
And they came to the show and they bought shirts and then they said, "Can we make entrance music for you?" And I go, "Absolutely." So they sent me a couple tracks that they're working on. I said,
Were they aware that we did the other podcast for them?
I think so. I gave him a button.
Really?
I was like, "Hey, you get a sticker and you get a button for buying a shirt." But like, I didn't know at the time They're like, oh yeah, I was talking to him. He's like, yeah, you support Necroman. I was like, wait a minute. And then I looked through the guys. I'm like, oh, that's them.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's pretty cool that they came because they live in Ephrata. It's only hop, skip, and a
That's
jump away
so
from
cool.
Newmanstown. But how about that? Small
Yeah.
world, ain't it?
Yeah, there's a local comic book that's coming called Necroman.
I'm gonna get the
we
names
actually
right
we
here.
actually kickstarted it, and it should be coming in soon. And we actually talked. We had the artists on the show, and we interviewed them.
Yeah, that was Jason. So these are Mark and Jake Shaw. I
Cool.
believe they're brothers, but maybe they're cousins. I don't
Yeah.
know, you know. But yeah, they came up to me and they said they had a good time and everything.
Cool.
And everyone, and that's pretty cool.
So Veda Scott won against Megan. This is all from Alexis. So once again, Alexis, thank you for going to the show, supporting Andy.
She like mailed them into PWI because that's what they used to do. I'll just flip the one. Like,
Yeah.
they would have these reader things where like you can mail in results. Chio does. I don't know if you ever met Chio.
Yeah.
He does that, and it will say like so and so. Oh, there's an interview with that person that you it's Professor on Facebook. I probably won't be able to find it, but that's what
You
she
can
could
also
do
send them
now.
into Meltzer. He'll put them in the updates there.
Yeah.
Like hsmeltzer at
Yeah.
juno.com.
But I'll
like
show
that.
you that. It was basically what she did. That's what you would do. It was like so and so beat so and so, and
Yep.
it was at this place, and blah blah blah.
Yeah. So she had Veda Scott won against Megan Mason. Bones retained his title against Scotty Jeffries.
I believe he is the tri-state champion, but I
Okay.
could be wrong.
Jimmy the Jester lost against Chauberg.
Chauber, yeah, that's the Asian guy that does
Yep.
the Goldberg gimmick.
Then for the triple threat for the Rogue #1 contendership, Adina Steele won against Danny Moe and Trixie Tash.
Trixie
Tash.
Tash, yeah,
Tash.
Trixie Tash.
Congratulations to Adina Steele. We're big
Yeah,
fans of
yeah.
you on the show. We did an interview with her, so she always
I didn't
has
get
a
that. I wanted to see that match, but I didn't get a chance.
she always has a heart spot in our heart. Sarin
Saren.
Faust
Mhm.
won against Jack Hershey to crown a new champion for the cruiserweight title.
Yeah, how about that?
After intermission, it was Stockade versus Andy Header, and
Yeah.
Stockade won. She didn't put a sad
Oh,
face,
yeah,
but I could
he
feel it
gave
through
me
the text
the
message.
burning hammer. So I could tell he's a fan of Kobashi as his wrestling because he was giving me the chops. Give me the chops in the corner.
Yeah.
Kenta Kobashi. And then he gave me the burning hammer, which was his finisher. So I was like, hey, I think a brain buster and stuff. So
Yeah.
it wasn't a bad match though.
For the Rogue Women's Warriors title, Riley Shepard won against Lena Lennox.
Mhm.
We are big fans of Lena
You're doing
Lennox.
great with the names here.
Yeah,
I'm not being sarcastic.
No, I am. I'm doing pretty well here. Lena Lennox, Kurt here for PO Power Driver, did a
Mhm.
really good interview with
Yeah.
her. She's fantastic. I remember that show. I was like, go get her. And he's like, oh, I'm like, get her right now.
She lost some weight.
Did she?
Yeah, not that she was fat. And I said you are. I was like, you're gonna get too skinny here. She's like, oh, weight loss. Her tights are actually too big. She said.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, you better stop losing weight.
I really hope that she's a name that they bring. I know talking to some people at PPW, they were very high on her, and they would absolutely love her to be an addition
I know
to the
she
roster.
moved now. I don't want to say where, but so maybe
It's a little-
travel might be an issue. I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know. She said she would. So
I mean, listen, man, she's a really good
Mhm.
female wrestler in the area, and I anywhere she's at, I would be a fan of going and supporting her. You guys still
Yeah, you
there? Just
gotta-
making sure the mics still work. Oh no, mics do not work. Thank you. I'm glad I did that test because
Yeah.
you guys would have been going and going.
wow.
Hold on, don't talk yet.
All right.
All right,
so-
now go ahead.
We're here.
All right.
We are here. We are not dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just cuts off when you hear you.
For some reason, I don't
By
know
the
why
way,
it does
update from Alexis in the chat room. It was hot.
that. Very hot.
Very hot at the show.
It
Yeah.
was. So I think it was maybe when the show was going on, it was still like 82 out at least.
Yeah.
At least we had inside in there. We had some air conditioning. So
And then the main event for the ACW Heavyweight Championship, Tim Dost.
Tim Donst.
Donst.
You were doing so well.
You were doing.
Donst.
She might have spelled it wrong though. So maybe
Donst.
No, it's not.
that's Donst.
You spelled it right.
I'm just an idiot.
Former Chicago guy. I can't say Chicago.
He lost against Dame.
Yes.
So Dame retains this championship.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody put, I know one of the PPW guys kind of jumped, went out and did a whole bunch of stuff, and he was posting all his T-shirts he bought all over the place, and he said he posted a picture of Dame's shirt, and I was like, I'm gonna be honest, man, I think that Dame shirt is probably one of the best
It's
independent
cool. Hey,
wrestling shirts
yeah.
out right now. I honestly think it goes Dame with a very close blue and gold, either variant, because I
Yeah.
think they're both great. I think Kit Raff's
The cat one,
the
yeah.
cat with
that's
the
a- that's a
Jason
good-
mask
That's a good design.
is really good, and I really like. Oh, I just lost it now. Who has another really good shirt?
What do they look like?
There's that one South Philly Spanish shirt, the green one. I really like
No,
that.
I don't like that one. It has an Eagles logo
I like
on
that
it.
one too, Brian.
Lobo, the Sambo
Oh, okay, the
show
one
where
you
they
made,
have
yeah.
all the
Yeah,
Easter eggs
yes,
on the
yes,
shirt.
yes,
That's a
yes.
good shirt as well. I have a lot of independent
Wow.
wrestler shirts.
So there was another guy.
Me too.
He wasn't there, but he's like, "Oh, you're giving a shirt to so and so." So the Green Dragon auction that's near Ephrata, Pennsylvania. There's a guy who owns a video game store in there, and he comes to the ACW shows, and he said, "Hey, if you give me a shirt, I'll buy it off you. I'll hang it up on my stand." He has a Dame one, and he has G Raver, who's at the ACW show. He hurt his arm a while back in that death match.
Okay.
So I haven't seen him in years and years. Sidebar. And then he came up to me. We talked for a little bit. I was like, "Oh man, how long has it been? Like 10 years since we wrestled." So hopefully we're gonna wrestle when he can come back. But anyway, the G River shirt, Dame shirt, and I believe he had one other ACW shirt, and then I'm gonna give him a blue and gold shirt to hang up. And that's at the Green Dragon auction. I don't know the name of his stand though. He's a used video game stand.
Mhm.
So we're pretty cool. So getting the connections
Dave,
out there.
Ben just sent me this whole thing. I can't get into this right now.
So I have an idea. The Tim Donst thing put this in my head. You have the Seattle Kraken now.
Mm-hmm.
Tim Donst used to be in a tag team at Jakara called the Sea Donsters
Yeah.
with Hydra. The Washington Hydra. You
There-
could do Hail Hydra instead of Hail to the
There you
Redskins.
go. That's cool.
Their uniforms could have like little abs, like drawn in, like Hydra used to have. It'll be great.
Marvel will sue. No, you can't copyright Hydra.
Yeah.
Because it's probably open source because of its Greek mythology. What if it was the Washington Charybdis? Deep cut for Greek mythology there. Anyway,
All right. Well, let's get into our what happened this week in wrestling. Do you want anything interesting at all that we should cover on Raw?
Mustafa
Silence.
Ali's back.
Yeah.
Shelton
Mustafa
Benjamin won
Ali.
the 24/7 title.
MVP putting together a stable, and what they have a name.
The
it's
Hurt
like-
Business. I think it's
Yes,
called?
yes.
Yeah,
that,
Hurt
that-
Business,
that ain't
yeah.
a bad name. I like that.
Not the Nation of Domination.
Yeah, not that. I mean, they're not all.
Well,
Neither was Owen Hart. Neither was Crush.
Yeah, that's true. Or Wolfie D and JC Ice when they were unnamed.
Oh, they should bring
rappers.
them back. That would be great.
Yeah. Yeah. Just hey, they're all the same race. Let's put them all together in a stable. That's
Yeah, I
that-
don't like
that's
a-
the
that's a-
WWE thing
That's
to
a
do.
trope in WWE.
I hate it. I mean, listen, I get it, but
But
like
hey,
it's just,
I'm
it's
glad
just-
they're
it's just-
Shelton getting a little bit. I mean, the 24/7 is the title. It's a joke.
yeah.
But,
And
I
listen,
mean,
if it gives us maybe some funny Shelton and our truth moments, then
yeah,
I'm
And
down.
And if Shelton could wrestle some matches, Shelton's still good.
So is our truth.
Yeah,
If we
I
can
mean,
get some
he can't-
legit matches
You
out of
can't
it,
cut a promo, but I mean,
you have MVP there.
yeah, there you go.
I
Yeah.
do love the thing that Tyler put on the Facebook page, where apparently it was Shelton's first singles win on Raw since 2006.
Yeah, my God.
Wow.
How about that?
Wow.
He did have a little detour in New Japan for a bit, though.
Yeah.
That was Shelton X Benjamin.
Yeah, Shelton.
I still think Shelton Benjamin has one of the craziest super kicks from Shawn Michaels of all time.
Oh, when he took it, yeah, the
Oh,
springboard,
yeah.
yeah.
I remember watching that live on TV, and just as a kid, just in my brain, fucking melted. I was like, oh, "What just happened? He's dead. Either he's dead
Yeah.
or Sean's knee is dislocated."
Yeah, that was great.
And when he first came to Raw, that match he had with Triple H, they hooked me. They hooked me so much when he got the upset win on Triple H.
So here's a really funny story. So in real life, we used to play. It was me and a bunch of my friends,
Mhm.
and we used to play the SmackDown video game. And we used to make our own storylines, have our own characters, and build all these story arcs and all this fun stuff. So so my buddy Dave was getting his hair cut, and at the time we didn't have money, so the one member of the family would cut everyone's hair.
Okay.
So he messed up his hair to the point where he just like took it down to the scalp.
Oh,
So he had to go completely bald for a while.
That's
So
the
we
worst
made
when you're a
we
kid.
made a joke picking on him, saying that he was bald. So we made all of our characters in the game bald. And at the time is when Kurt Angle lost his hair.
oh okay.
So then we joined. Now it was my character, my buddy Tony's character, white and a black guy.
Mhm.
I mean that's just our characters. So we were in full Angle gear with bald heads. But we were a black and white guy on Team Angle, and we made a Team Angle, and then it happened like in real life 3 months later on actual TV.
Except one of the guys had hair.
Yeah, and we were like, "Oh my God, we made Team Angle before they did!" Like we had our own version of Team Angle
How about
before it ever became a thing on television. It was really neat. It was funny.
By the way, Tony, now that you have Honor Club, another thing you should probably check out. We were talking about Kings of Wrestling earlier.
Yeah,
Claudio, now Cesaro, and Chris Hero. They had some good matches they were called Wrestling's greatest tag team at the time.
Kings of Wrestling.
Benjamin and
Oh yeah,
Charlie
Kings
Haas.
Wrestling versus yeah.
Okay,
I don't know how far back ROH goes though in there. That's the only problem.
we have to
I
look
think
into
there's
it.
like not a lot of the classics.
Did everyone have any issues logging into any of those things?
I didn't try to yet.
All right, cool. Let me know if you do have.
Because
any
they're
issues.
all on website, right? 'Cause,
Yeah.
like ROH doesn't have an app, and
Yeah, you have
Impact
to do it
doesn't
through a
have an
website.
app,
Yeah. I figured that's an easier way for all of us to like because I want to bring a segment back where we
Now here's the
someone
question.
picks a match out and we watch it.
I know this
How
happens.
about that War Games from that bash?
Yeah, there you go.
We could do that.
With New Japan World. If I'm logged in, right?
Yeah.
And I give you my login, it logs me out.
Okay.
So I don't know if these ones do this too. Which that means two people can't use it at the same time.
Yeah, we'll just kind of mess each
Yeah,
other.
yeah.
like,
I
if
mean,
I'm on-
yeah. But I just want to put that.
I
so
think
we know.
Austin gave hooked. Well, we'll say
Now the WWE
Austin-
network.
yeah.
It's anything goes. 50
Austin.
people watch
Austin
it
sent
once.
me his New Japan, so I have
Oh, okay.
I have access to New Japan, so I have the access.
New
to
Japan is hard to navigate.
Yeah, you have to change. It's easier.
But
on
you
the
know,
website.
what's hard to get? The since the WWE network changed, it's not as good.
Yeah,
The way that it works,
Searching and
yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
yeah.
and it sometimes it will load, and you're like trying to go over, and that I like the jump to match thing, but a lot of times that like pauses and
Yeah.
gets stuck. So
all right. So
There's a certain guy you can't jump to.
yeah.
yeah,
So for the most part, Raw. I mean, coming off a pay per view didn't really do much for me.
it was the second lowest rating of all time.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, Randy Orton versus Big Show. I have no desire. to see
yeah,
that.
it was atrocious. I'm sure there was some other decent stuff in there, but it was just it's nothing noteworthy, nothing that jumped off the screen.
Just
Now
show with the 24/7 like the
Tuesday
news.
night, Impact happened.
Okay.
Got a chance to watch Impact.
Is it just called Impact? It don't
Yeah.
have a name like
Just say-
Dynamite.
Yep, Impact
Okay.
Wrestling. I thought it was a fantastic show. I'm going to be honest, man. I think their roster has me hooked. I thought the way they answered the bell after the pay-per-view was really good. I thought the matches they put on were really good. We had a title change. We had appearances by guys. Like it was I honestly think Impact is kicking it in the right direction, and they're doing really good things. The matches were all good, but we had
I can't help because I don't know.
Machine Gun or
Motor City Machine Guns. My God.
Motor City. I've never do
Oh.
them before here. So Motor City Machine Guns.
Oh, shitty.
I'm like South Park City Chicken. They beat
They
the
are
North.
anything but
Yeah.
shitty.
Yeah,
And how
no,
about that?
They're fantastic.
Last time they won the tag titles, they did win in 2010, and they won again in 2020. That's crazy.
And that match was unbelievable. Really good. Like that tag team division in Impact is going to be good. It's going to be really good.
who else? I'm not trying to be ignorant, but who else do they have besides those two and the Good Brothers?
They have a little team going right now with Callahan and Shamrock.
Okay.
They have this team. It's kind of like I don't want to say they're like the private party team, but they're like kind of like that. But their whole gimmick
The
is like
Rascals.
the
Yeah.
Rascals.
okay,
They
yeah,
smoke,
okay, I
they
heard of
smoke
them,
weed. There's a team. They're kind of hinting at Heath and Rhino
Okay.
coming
I see
back.
that. I know there was the Chris Brothers, but they got canceled. So
Yeah,
expect more so one than the other.
I'm trying to think.
That's that Ohio versus everyone or whatever.
There's another team
Yeah.
there they kind of
Oh,
introduced too, but I can't remember right now.
The North were the tag champions. They're pretty good. That's Josh Alexander and Ethan Page.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ace doesn't tag up with that big dude, right?
no,
Okay.
Ace.
No, they're almost like a Shawn Michaels Diesel
Oh,
type
okay.
thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one of my concerns I had for Ace after because I didn't when we reviewed it, I didn't watch the pay per view,
Okay.
and I was thinking, man, they bring all these big names in, Ace is gonna get shifted.
Yeah. No, he's one of their stars.
No, man, they have high hope,
Yeah.
dude. The promos they were cutting for him,
You just
for
put
that
him-
paper, they
yeah.
were they're
You-
calling him the next AJ
Wow.
Styles.
You just put people in there
Yeah.
together.
Yeah,
and-
they're saying the possible youngest champ in Impact history.
Yeah.
He's like you know how AJ was phenomenal. He's
Mm-hmm.
what's his thing, Curtis? Like they were saying for him.
Who's?
For Ace Austin. Instead of calling him the
Oh.
phenomenal one, he was like the
Unforgettable.
they
I
had a
can't
term
remember.
they used.
I knew
but,
it was something else though.
Yeah,
It was
but,
really similar to it though.
yeah, but they're really pushing him as the next young hot upcoming thing, like
Yeah.
their prodigy. So I don't
And
think
back to tag teams real quick. Willie Mack lost the
Oh,
X
yeah.
Division title, so he might be teaming with Swan again now that Rich
Oh,
Swan's
okay.
back.
Well,
Oh, that's a good
yeah.
team.
Rich Swan had this whole thing where he came back from knee and ankle surgery,
Yeah.
and I'm sorry, I'm still new to Impact, so I'm not really the guy who left WWE for Insanity, and then he was a big guy.
Eric
in Impact.
Young.
Eric Young.
Yeah.
Eric Young just destroyed him and like beat him with a chair real bad. They're trying
Okay.
to say that Rich Swan may not come back for a while again.
Wow.
Kind of like, but Willie Mack and Rich Swan are
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
a thing. Yeah, so Eric Young came back. Heath came back a little bit, kind of teasing something, and then the very end of the night, EC3 made his
Yeah.
physical appearance.
And the Good Brothers.
And the good, yeah, the good, well, the
Kinda
Good
had-
Brothers,
yeah.
yeah. But I mean, there's a lot of good
Y-
stuff there.
You know what I really didn't like is that they need some crowd noise. The silence does not cut it.
Yeah, the
The silence is like,
their commentary team is very simple, but I kind of like it because it's simple.
I
No
don't
one-
mind this commentary.
no
it's just
one's
we need- we need-
screaming.
We need some.
Yeah, no
Um,
one's
Noise.
no one's screaming, no one's acting crazy. It's just a very simple
Well, what's his name
commentary team.
is a little over the top sometimes.
I don't like when Josh Matthews
Yeah.
talks like this.
Yeah.
He didn't bother me.
Oh,
Josh
maybe,
Matthews.
maybe during that the pay per view I didn't really notice, but sometimes he gets a little.
Well, on
Oh,
Impact, it
right.
was him and Madison Rain too. It
Yeah.
wasn't him and Callis.
The,
Oh,
the
okay.
women's division looks really
the
good.
women's division, they have a lot of talent in the women's
Yeah.
division.
They're talking about doing a women's tag division.
Yeah,
there,
they're bringing
too.
the women's tag
Yeah.
division
Yeah.
back. There's a lot of cool stuff, man, happening in Impact. If it's something you've taken a break from, or maybe you're just like, I'm not interested, I give it a shot. If you have Access TV and it doesn't cost you anything, do it. Now the problem with me is I got the Impact Plus.
But the weekly show is not on there.
You have to wait a week to watch it.
Oh, so I'd be a week
Yeah.
behind.
Yeah.
If you
So,
don't mind.
but
It's they're on Twitch too, right?
yeah. So you
Yes.
can watch it on Twitch, or there's a
How do you have to pay to watch it on Twitch?
no. You have to just watch it live when it's going on.
Oh, okay.
You can't watch it.
Yeah, they get to pay for the archive.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that ain't bad
Yeah.
then. That
Yeah.
ain't bad at all.
But there's, I mean, if you're clever and you really want to watch it,
Time it on TV.
there's, what's that?
Nothing.
Oh yeah, there's the Watch Wrestling that I am. That one's too good too. But a whole bunch of stuff there you can watch it. But I honestly give Impact another shot. I kind of want this COVID thing to be over, and hopefully Impact makes
Get
another
some
round
fans, yeah.
to PPW
Find some
because there's some good people there, and I would like to see live.
One person I'd like.
What they're actually doing with their Twitch now too is during the breaks, since they don't have commercials, they have Melissa Santos. She used to be with Lucha Underground's Brian Cage's wife.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She is kind of like she was doing a thing where she was talking with the chat room and kind of recapping the show and everything. So they're
Well,
doing that to break up the commercials.
A good thing too, and maybe Kurt can attest to this. I know how like everyone has their backstage segments and they have their like things going on outside the ring, like the skits. I think Impacts are better than even WWE's at this point. I think they come off better. They don't come off super cheesy. I think they're done a lot better. It's a lot lower
agree with
budget. It's lower. It's much lower budget than what you're used to.
Yeah.
But all that. But I think it's really. I think I like it. I like it a lot. I'm gonna give it a shot.
Now, before we move on, if you guys don't mind me, first, so Tony, you said you watched all of it Tuesday night, right?
Yes.
Did you? Now, at least this is to my knowledge as of right now, there has never been a 5-star match in Impact or TNA history.
Really?
So, and yeah, so that was as of like a month ago. I watch Ethan Page does all his vlogs on YouTube,
what about?
and he was talking to
Hold on.
forget who he was talking to. Oh, he was talking to Chris Van Vliet. And he said that there's never been a 5-star match in TNA. Even Daniels versus Styles, 30-minute
Samo-
Iron Man.
What about the three-way with
um,
Samoa Joe?
I don't know.
Nope. That got 4.
What about
yeah,
the cage
so
match
I was
where Primetime does the Frankenstein
Connor
over the
running.
top?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Wow, I can't believe
No,
that. All
yeah,
the-
not a single 5.
Just
So
like 18
I don't.
years.
I'm not saying the main event was 5 stars, but I felt the main event was one of the best tag team matches I've seen in a long time.
I heard it was very good.
It was excellent.
Meltzer used to be stingier with the stars back in the day
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan doesn't have a 5-star match.
What?
That's disgusting.
Did he not watch him and Nigel with the unification match?
Yeah, I don't know. It was a very good match. I to kind of go back and say, I don't like the star system, but I really enjoyed the match.
Well, I mean, it is.
Yeah, it was very good.
Sorry, I had to pay an eBay
That's all right.
auction. I won that.
Well, you can just turn the vibrate off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not on this.
All right.
wow. I didn't know that. But and to get back to the backstage stuff, I have not even seen any of the backstage bits, but they're better than WWE.
Yeah, they're doing this thing now with Valkyrie and her manager and
Taya,
and is it Rosemary?
Yep.
And Rosemary's trying to have sex with him,
Oh, okay.
and every single time they're trying to get closer, Valkyrie kind of cock blocks.
No, that's kind of
But-
cool.
But Rosemary kind of has powers where she can like make people show up.
Yeah.
So they're doing like because I guess like as a skit show they're gonna do outside of Impact Wrestling.
Oh, they did the
it-
Wrestler House.
At the Wrestler
Yeah,
House. Yeah,
Wrestler
they're gonna do
House.
Wrestler House. But it looks funny.
Yeah, I think their women's roster is loaded. Man.
Yeah, it's really
Oh,
good. It's really good. No Emma though. I kind of want to
Yeah,
see her
well,
come back.
Yeah, I wonder what's going. Does she live actually in Australia? or
I
wherever
think
from?
she's stuck in Australia. I
Wow.
think what's happening there.
Yeah.
But
Taste
yeah,
it.
Sounds like that could be it.
there's a lot of good stuff there, man. I'm kind of with you where I'm kind of on the fence with what's his name, the champion now,
Eddie Edwards.
Eddie Edwards.
Yeah.
Eddie Edwards.
I know they're trying to put him over as like the working man guy,
Yeah.
but it just I don't know. He's weird to me. He kind of you can definitely see why Tommy Dreamer's very high on him because I
Mhm.
feel like he's like a Tommy Dreamer clone.
Oh, that was a part at the end of that match where Josh Matthews was a little annoying. Boston Day Party! Boston Day Party!
Yeah.
Die Hard Frozen!
Yeah.
I was like, oh, calm down. I get it. But calm down there.
Yeah.
And he just sounds like a 70-year-old woman who's been smoking her,
Yeah.
her whole life.
Would you take care of him over Morrow?
Yeah, that's a good question.
That's hard.
Ooh.
That's hard. Oh.
um,
I choose the mute button.
It almost sometimes feels like he's kind of doing his version. Of
his
Morrow.
version of Morrow. Yeah, that's respectable. Even the pay per view, the Moose Tommy Dreamer match was better than I thought it was going to be.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I dig it. I'm into it. I think it's another another wrestling company to watch, and I definitely give people a chance at it.
I think with Moose and Dreamer, like they were smart in that they didn't try to make the match something that it wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also love the Moose Sucks Egg shirt.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I want to make
Dusty
shirts for our
sucks
podcast
eggs.
where like Brian sucks eggs, Tony sucks eggs, Andy sucks eggs. Yeah.
Well, goddamn, pal. Why gotta be? What's with all the heat?
Brian, I guess that's your boy in the chat.
Oh yeah. One of our
I was like,
other
Brian.
guys on the
Brian's
podcast with
also
us.
in the chat.
Yeah.
Nah.
I am also in the chat.
Make
But
sure
there's a little difference. One's with an I and one's with a Y.
Oh,
so that's
okay.
the difference.
Okay,
There
there
you
we
go.
go.
Well, make sure up in that upper corner there you hit that heart button.
Other corner. Or was
No,
it that?
it's over there.
Was that? Oh,
over
is
there.
That one.
Yeah.
Because we don't
Somewhere
see anything.
over-
I see
over
nothing
there.
right now.
Yeah. So we'll kind of get through where are we at here? An hour and 30. Let's Impact and I'm not Impact.
So Impact you
NXT,
recommend.
NXT AEW.
Okay, I'll start off. I did not see NXT. I only seen AEW.
I thought NXT was the better show this week. My opinion. I thought the matches were really good. There was some matches that were mediocre or
I do like that.
good at best.
Keith Lee it relinquished the North American title.
I'm a fan of that.
Opens that up for other people.
I think
like
the
that.
tournament is going to be really fun.
Yeah.
Do you have it pulled up, Ryan, to kind
Well,
of go through it quick?
I have NXT. I'm getting NXT pulled up now.
Okay.
I have AEW.
All right, well, let's go.
Well, it's the three. Just the three-way matches, and that's how you
Yes.
qualify to get in a ladder match at the takeover to win the North.
Tonight's
American
match was that match for that night was Gargano. Why am I having brain farts right now? Like literally, because I watched so
Swerve
much
Scott?
fucking wrestling.
title. Swerve.
Nope,
What's
not
his-
Swerve.
I forget his real name now.
Undisputed Era.
Loomis, right?
Nope.
Not Bobby Fish. Roddy.
Nope. Roddy.
Roderick Strong.
And the
Dexter Loomis?
chubbier Samoan looking dude,
Oh, not Bronson Reed.
Oh,
Bronson Reed.
Yeah.
They were a triple
Okay.
threat qualifying match. Fantastic match.
Really?
Bronson Reed wins.
Oh, how about that?
He's qualifying for the North American title. They teased next week's match, which is going to be the creepy dude.
I have it here.
Creepy dude.
Dexter Loomis.
Dexter Loomis versus
I'm just gonna guess here.
oh, why am I forgetting who it is now?
What's his name? The guy who talks like this. Not Loki.
Oh, you're talking about
Punisher Martinez, whatever his name is now.
shit. Who?
Damian Priest.
Damian
Priest.
Priest versus Finn Balor.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, that's
How
gonna be
about
a
that?
banger too. But I mean, overall, the show was, I thought it was really good. I thought there was a lot of good stuff going on there. The Dijak cross match was good. Man, I literally crammed so much wrestling and I forget everyone's name as I have to talk about it.
I can't help you with that.
They
I don't
had,
have anything in front of me, so it's hard to like go off top of the
They
dome.
had Everrise 3.0. They wrestled Breezango, and Breezango, because they're wrestling Canadian people, French
Yes.
Canadian people. They came out as the Mounties.
That's pretty good.
and then the opening part of their theme was I'm the Mountie.
I love
Okay.
Breezango. I think they're super entertaining. I think they're a fun tag team. I think they do the comedy spot very well.
Uh-huh.
They're not horrible in the ring.
Yeah.
They're not amazing.
Yeah.
They're not lucha bros, but they can put on an entertaining match.
Then that damn bell has to ring.
I don't think they're that bad. I really
My
don't.
one friend said to me, Tyler Breeze did the great thing of tricking everyone into thinking he's a great wrestler. And I was like, yeah.
I don't know. He's not horrible, but I'm entertained when they're on my TV.
When that bell rings.
And he's just jealous because he got the Wrestle Liger.
Yeah. My God, I would love to wrestle.
Yeah.
When the bell rings, my attention level quickly dissipates.
Yeah. What other matches?
Dexter Loomis beat Killian Dane.
Yes.
Ugh.
It was a good match. It was actually a decent match.
Dexter Loomis, while not offensively bad, is not interesting at all. His wrestling is super boring.
They got to take him to another level.
I understand it's the gimmick, but it's like,
Yeah.
maybe he can kill faster.
Yeah.
You know, maybe he doesn't. Maybe he doesn't have a higher gear. I don't know. People said it was better in Impact. I heard it was the same gimmick in Impact. So
Yeah, he has to. He has
Uh,
to add something to it.
Well,
It is.
if you're
it's-
gonna be a serial killer, you gotta eventually kill someone.
yeah.
Didn't he
Um,
try? I think in Impact he was like stalking Christy Hemme. I think that was a big thing.
Oh wow. Oh,
Yeah, you
God.
can't do that angle anymore. That can't work. What
Well,
else?
you can lock someone in your trunk for 12 hours and get
But it's a
cheered.
guy.
So why
You can
not?
do that with- you
yeah.
can do it with a guy. You
Then
can't
you
stalk
stalk-
women
yeah,
at this
then
point
stalk a dude.
with everything going
You can
on.
be the babyface world champion and set a guy on fire. It's
Yeah,
cool.
you can
Yeah.
kill a man.
That is very true. Never mind. Throw it all out the window. What else do we have that pull up? Just if I missed anything.
Shotzi Blackheart beat Aaliyah,
I thought that was a good match.
and
I like
and then
Shotzi.
afterward, Shotzi ran over Robert Stone again with her tank, and Mercedes Martinez made the save and has joined the Robert Stone brand.
Oh boy.
As long as it's understood that she just wants him to get her to big matches and do the paperwork.
Oh, okay. So
I'm
teasing that turn already.
I'm into the Robert Stone thing.
Really?
I don't know. I'm
I
into
don't
it.
know.
I like.
No.
I never liked him ever. Robbie E. Ugh.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm into the whole
It
story.
was a double because I didn't like him as a wrestler. And I did not like Jersey Shore, and he
Yeah.
was just no, thank you.
But I do have a lot of. I think Aaliyah is still very green, but I think she has a lot of potential.
See, I would disagree because she's been there for a long time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's still
No.
green.
So she's. I mean, for me, the first time seeing her, I don't know how long she's been.
That's the Catter girl. She used to have the Catter.
She's super young though.
Yeah,
She like I think she saw when she was like 18. or
Maybe, but
19.
she's been
Yeah.
in NXT for like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
What else is on there just to kind of skim through it?
The three-way Bronze Reed beating Gargano and Roddy,
Good match. Really good match.
and then
Oh, the
Oni Lorcan and Timothy Thatcher.
great match.
Of course.
Terrible
Timothy
name.
Thatcher is like my favorite guy in NXT right now.
Yeah.
Thatcher's
And
Thatch
Oni
Cannon.
Lorcan is criminally underrated. And then we had Dijakovic losing to Karrion Kross by TKO.
How was
Yeah.
that?
It was a good match.
Was it?
It was good. Yeah. They actually made Killer Cross look human for a while there, but then he kind of like did some dirty stuff. But I thought it was a good match. At the very end, Keith Lee came out and kind of stared him down.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with that.
Yeah.
I hope Cross doesn't win the title already. Not.
I don't think he will.
No, I don't think so.
AEW.
AEW. So the very beginning, no DQ, the TNT title match. They had made a tease that a big name in the independent circuit was going to be challenging Cody, and yeah, huge name for a long time. First Chikara champion, former CZW champion, former all everything in the Indies. Eddie Kingston was Cody's opponent.
When are you challenging him?
Yeah, next week.
Next week?
Yeah.
Andy Header. You heard it here. Andy Header wants you, Cody
Gi-
Rhodes.
give me 15 minutes. I'll get over.
Yeah.
I'll get a job.
Cody Rhodes.
So they cut a promo. I have to be. a
Cody
bad
Rhodes,
guy,
don't be afraid of Andy Header.
though. Yeah.
You heard it here. Stop being a punk.
Cody beep.
Yeah.
You can't say his real name.
Beep. Oh, yeah, Cody. Don't know your
Cody.
last name. It's
'Cause I already
trademarked. Andy, my boy Andy Header here will take you out. You go down. He'll make you cry. He'll beat you with your belt.
Like Eddie Kingston did.
I heard you're into that. You're getting hit with belts a lot. I think you're right in the story at this point. I think that's his thing. That might be his
Thank
kink.
you, sir. May I have
Yeah.
an
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's becoming his thing.
I liked the match. I thought
It was a good match.
Very good here.
Yeah,
I-
very
I
good
think
match.
He's a very good talker.
Yes.
I know he's slowed down a little bit over the past couple of years, but a very good talker. So if I was like, if this guy don't get a job from that, then
Yeah.
I mean, I know they can't hire everybody, but like, remember release a couple of people that aren't so good.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
he'd be a good,
and actually one of my group chats for the guys on the PA Power podcast, Chris, this was the first time he ever seen Eddie Kingston.
Wow.
And I messaged him like, how? You've been to all these NEW shows. How have you never heard of Eddie Kingston? It's like, I don't know, man. But he told me that Eddie Kingston versus Cody last night, in his opinion, now I'll say it on here, it's a little weird, but he said that Cody versus Eddie Kingston was one of the best matches he's seen all time. I think he's crazy,
okay.
but
I
Little-
think
that's what he.
like a little crazy
Chris,
too,
you're
but it was a
crazy.
very good match.
it was a very good match. I don't
Yeah.
think it'd be all-time greatest. It wasn't no Ricky Steamboat Macho Man, but it was
and
a
Okada
man,
versus
right.
Kenny Omega.
it was a good match. It was a good match.
Yeah, the
That's the great
thumbtacks-
thing about wrestling. It's subjective.
Yeah, so for somebody it might be a great match.
I'm not going to tell you what you should like
Yeah.
or what you shouldn't like.
It was good. I did like Cody taking the bump on the thumbtacks. I was like, oh, Eddie's going to them, but then Cody did. So I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I hope they sign the guy because he was in NWA, but he wasn't signed to a contract. Only a couple people signed contracts in NWA, so that explains why some people are looking for work because they're not getting paid because
Yeah.
they don't have a contract. So
All right.
you can't blame them.
Next match.
Next match was MJF defeating Griff Garrison, who he referred to
Jungle.
as Jungle Man.
Yeah.
Decent match.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
entertaining.
it wasn't bad for a squash.
Yeah.
You know?
It was entertaining. Next match.
By the way, we brought him up
Okay.
because it was his birthday. It's time for he's 55 now. It's time for Shawn Michaels to be the Heartbreak Man.
No, the
The Heartbreak Man. I agree.
So he had a backstage thing with Tony and Reba and Britt Baker.
Funny.
I thought it was pretty funny, especially when it's like, Tony, when she's like when Tony's correcting about the Wizards and Michael Jordan, and it's like, Tony, why you gotta be an asshole?
Yeah.
And
Now I
then-
got to start all over.
And then Reva's saying about, I watched Basement Jam 20 times and he always wins.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I am
I thought
Michael Jordan.
I thought it was very good. And she's
Then we
basically
had the
said she's come back
Taz,
all out.
We had the Taz Brian Cage promo, and Darby Allin comes out, and then Ricky
Dies.
Starks almost killed him.
Yeah.
Yo, he
railed.
he legit for at least 30, 40 seconds
Yeah.
was not
It reminded me when
was not
Enzo hit the rope. Remember
he
that?
was not conscious.
Yeah.
He was not conscious. He hit him so hard, and I don't think he anticipated it, or he came out real hot. But when his head hit that top rope,
Yeah. Oh.
Darby Allin was out cold.
Yeah.
And they literally just kind of shook him, like, wake up, and then just beat the shit out of him. Just beat the shit out of him. But I would be shocked if he's not out for a couple weeks for a concussion.
Yeah. And he just was
Yeah.
out.
He was out. If they tell me that he was not injured, I don't believe them.
Yeah.
He was out.
That could have been bad the way he hit the rope.
Yeah.
That could have been bad.
That I mean, not trying to make another. I mean, I made a joke before about it, but like when Rey Mysterio hit that guy, like
Yeah.
it was worse than when the guy died, and when Darby Allin hit
Yeah,
that
'cause-
rope, because he hit the top one, then hit the second one, and then face planted on the floor.
Yeah, they kind
He-
of caught him. It's like, ooh,
He
Jesus.
was out cold, and they just picked him up like, get up. Like,
Yeah.
even when Moxley came in and kind of made the save, he just scooped him up by the back of his jacket, like, get up.
I mean, he's still in for the match for next week, so
I mean, Darby Allin, he is a psychopath.
Yeah, he's
he
a
has
little
wrestled
nuts,
through
yeah.
injuries before, but if he doesn't have a concussion, I don't believe them.
yeah.
Yeah, with
he-
a concussion, I don't care how much of a psychopath you are. They got to step in.
Yeah,
You don't mess around with concussions.
he was in rough shape. It was bad. Yeah, next match.
Then we had Jericho. Jericho said his orange jacket was ruined. Marco Stunt has a bulbous head. Luchasaurus isn't really a dinosaur.
And that jacket cost him $7,000. And then he asked one of the members of his team if he
Santana.
smells like Santana, if he smells like orange juice, and he said yes.
Yeah.
And he got upset and
Damn
walked away. Yeah.
So
That's
what, Jericho didn't bathe for a week? Or
Yeah,
something?
yeah. Oh, he
Just-
did wash
The
that
jacket.
yeah.
The jacket. They don't know what Jericho doesn't know what dry cleaning is.
Yeah.
But Jericho is a legend.
Yeah, I get it. You know, in wrestling that happens. You get blood on your shirt, and you still have the next week.
I think when I get paid this week, Heidi, she doesn't listen, so
Yeah.
I'm good. But I know on that website where you could order the toys, there is a the website that makes the toys or that sells them.
Oh, the AW figures?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't remember the wrestling toy website.
Yeah, I
but you
don't
can get
either.
you can get every toy there. But there is a website exclusive Jericho bubbly one where it comes with the bottle of bubbly
Oh,
and, the,
that's
and,
cool.
the, and the catering.
Oh,
table.
really?
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna order that
Some
one.
salami.
I think it's only I think the regular toys are like 27 each,
okay.
and then
Mhm.
that special edition
That's
one's like
pricey.
35.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I love the thing that was on the Facebook page of the War Games playset. That is awesome.
Yeah. that
yeah.
is.
Tyler said I'm gonna get this for my kid. I
Yeah,
said, don't
play
lie,
with it,
you're gonna be playing with it.
See, back in my day, remember I'm an old man.
Back in
I'm
my
37
day.
years old now. My cage, I think I had the cage for the big LJN like rubber dog toy
Okay.
figures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Hasbro's, I don't think I ever got the cage for it. I had an old milk crate,
No, there you
and that was my cage.
go.
Nice.
Cage music.
You had a Hell in a Cell before it was a Hell in a Cell, or did you cut the bottom out?
No, I just had the bottom. I would like try to put the ring in, or there just wouldn't be a ring, and then yeah,
Nice.
so the bottom would like I would say
I
the
got
crate
'em,
like
yeah.
so the top
Yeah,
part
yeah.
was like
My
up.
favorite toy ring growing up. I mean, first was the the really bright yellow and the bright blue ring were my favorites.
Mhm.
But then WCW made a ring, and it had a ring, and then it had a Titantron, a rampway, and then there was a steel beam that went across the top of the ring, like for ladder matches,
Okay,
and then
you
it
drop down?
Yeah, and it connected like over here to like another thing.
Mhm.
But it had a thing where you can like lower this thing down and stuff.
Oh, wow.
But WCW had one of the best playset
I
rings
had a-
because it had the Titantron, the
Yeah.
entrance ramp, and the ring.
I had an early WCW ring and it had a red cage.
Yeah,
You put in those little holes. You put the cage in. It was
Yep.
pretty cool. But the ropes sucked because they were like
hair ties.
yeah, hair tight, and they would after a while
They would
get,
dip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
all right.
one day, I had the old AWA ring. It was like a brown ring,
Yeah.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
then my dog chewed it.
Ugh, that son of a bitch.
I think in the TV, the YouTube channel.
Literally,
uh,
it was a son of a bitch.
Yeah, the YouTube channel. Ryder bought one offline, and it had a rip in it. Like he bought a factory sealed box off
Oh,
somebody
wow.
and paid a lot of money for it, and he got it, and the canvases had a
Oh,
tear
that's
in it,
cool.
and he contacted somebody, and they gave him a new canvas. Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. All right. So what is our next thing? that you do?
Next was the Falls Count Anywhere match where the Young Bucks beat the Butcher and the Blade.
I thought it was pretty fun.
It was entertaining. It didn't really. I mean, after that, it was.
See,
I
And
like
then
the little
after
Easter
you
egg where
watch-
they had the trailer that said Mud Show tonight.
Yeah,
on-
yeah,
on
yeah,
the
yeah,
trailer.
That
Yeah.
was pretty funny. I didn't like those. So the butcher was actually cutting meat,
Yeah.
but he had an apron and no shirt, so
Mhm.
that's not very hygienic. But I'm like,
They wash their hands.
it's a street fight. There's 2 knives on the table. Matt Jackson picks up the meat and throws the meat at them. Like I get it, but like don't have knives in a street fight. 'Cause
Yeah.
why wouldn't you pick up the knife and stab
Yeah.
the guy?
Just kill him. Just
like,
murder him.
Yeah, I mean, there's no rules.
He should have lit him on
That
fire.
was the only thing I didn't like. Whatever, I liked the match. I thought it was it made the Bucks look good. I thought it made Butcher and Blade look pretty good.
Mm-hmm. No, it was a fun match. But here's the thing: every single time I seem like I'm seeing the Bucks, they're like jumping off goalposts or they're doing.
Well, that's their thing.
Yeah. I don't know.
They are flippy guys.
Yeah, they're
They're flippy dippy guys.
That's what they do.
Yeah. All right, next match.
Well, you had a backstage thing with Jake Roberts and Lance Archer.
That was
He,
awesome.
Stuffed the guy in a
That
trash
guy
can.
got
just
the
beating
shit
up
kicked out
Throw
of
everybody.
that dude up into the ceiling. Actually goes into the ceiling. I'm like, oh.
They broke the one locker.
Yeah, sign that guy. He puts that dude in the garbage can. I thought that was great, but I didn't like how he was talking. It's like,
Yeah.
dies. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, Sid.
Yeah.
That's how Sid used to do.
That's why Jake the Snake's there.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
am the man that rules the world.
Yeah.
A man who doesn't have to yell to get his point across.
Oh, sorry, can we do that again?
Yeah, we're live, pal.
All right, go ahead.
So the next match was Diamante beat Ivelisse
Not a terrible match.
with
but-
Britt Baker doing a little inside.
I
or
thought it
Big
was-
Swole did a little inside promo.
I thought it was terrible. I
the-
thought they couldn't get along. At first, I thought they had the same gimmick. They're both Mia Yim.
Yeah, they came out the exact same entrance.
They're both wearing, red and black. So they
Mhm.
look like a tag team. And
Well, they
then-
used to be a tag team.
Yeah, and then they, I don't know. They seemed like they both were lost. It didn't mesh well.
Yeah.
They
I
were
can get
really
behind-
trying then. They
Yeah.
were doing the back and forth slaps and
Yeah.
kind of almost like a New Japan spot, but like, this ain't working.
Yeah, I didn't. I can definitely agree with everything you said, but I'm not gonna hold it to a standard where I thought it was a terrible match. It got by. For me,
Maybe it got by.
yeah.
I don't know. What do you guys
It wasn't
say?
the dog. It wasn't dog shit.
A little bit better than Swamp Fight.
A little bit better.
A
Oh
little bit
man,
better.
what do you guys think?
That was a little rough.
The Swamp Fight was awful. Like this was bad. The Swamp Fight was just so bad.
This, I mean, compared to the
yeah.
Swamp Fight, this was Michael's
Why does
Heartbreak Kid.
Diamante's tights say LAX?
I think she was their manager before.
Yeah.
Well, like,
Who knows?
you're not in TNA anymore.
Yeah.
Like AEW signs me. I don't buy new gear.
Yeah.
I just.
Well, I think the one girl said she literally showed up with just her gear in her bag because she had nothing.
But, I mean,
Yeah.
she was on Dark. I seen her on Dark back when the fans were on. So like, you have $200 to get some fucking gear. So
Another
I can give
person
her a
that,
guy's name. Anyway,
Another person that that was on Dark this week was they just called him Sabby. It was formerly
yeah,
Tino Sabatelli.
Yeah, from
and,
NXT.
NXT.
Remember he was with the other big guy that wasn't very good.
Riddick Moss. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Apparently, Sabatelli was a football player or something. They stopped.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a. He played for the Tampa Bay Bucks. He was
Yeah.
actually a pretty high draft pick, but he didn't
Oh.
really do well.
No. Okay. That's why.
He was like a second-round draft pick.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was on there. I think he used to date Mandy Rose too.
Yes. Yes, he did. So I'm sure they're just like, giving him a test out, but like I don't know. I don't know if he can hang in AEW because he was
Yeah.
not very good either. It looked good. Looked good. Looked great.
Yeah, great look. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, next match.
Hangman beat Five, aka Alan Angels.
Yeah. What a dumb
Now
name.
I know Tyler had some beef with JR and the commentary thing.
I didn't.
I mean, you had to really been really dialed in to like hate that because it was. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I really don't pay attention too much to commentary anyway. But like,
Mhm.
I didn't pick up what he said.
Neither did I. I mean, JR's certainly all the time. That's kind of like JR's gimmick nowadays.
Yeah, where he's just like, I don't really know this guy.
Yeah, and then
Like,
he's like, "Hey, this guy ain't bad." But you could watch a match for the first time and halfway through, be like, "I like this guy."
yeah,
You know that
Yeah,
happens.
I wasn't-
I've done that.
I wasn't really. I wouldn't have picked it apart.
That's the guy who wrestled Kenny Omega. Remember that match where he wrestled the job guy? And people were
Yeah.
like, he gave him too much. That's
Yeah.
the same guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
He
think he's a QT Marshall.
He seems like he's talented, but with the mask, he looks like Stu Grayson wearing a mask.
He looks like.
and then Grayson
he looks like
John
what's
Silver.
his name?
and they all look-
Sami
Callahan?
Zayn. He looks.
Oh yeah, yeah. He looks like El Generico.
Yeah, he looks like
a
El
smaller-
Generico.
So like, and I get the Dark Artist gimmick is they're all generic, but like on BT they're so much better and entertaining. And it's
I
like
didn't watch this week
because they talk and
Yeah.
it's like why can't they do it on TV? Just beat Brody out.
Yeah.
That's because that's the thing. The curse is like you fucking idiots.
Yeah.
It's like
And then the whole thing now is the where FTR came down and saved him before Kenny did.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they're teasing the Horseman with FTR, Cody, and Hangman instead of Shawn Spears, which I would like that more.
I would
than,
dig
than,
that.
Than Shawn Spears.
Yeah.
But match wasn't bad. It was basically a Hangman showcase, which hey,
Yeah.
why not?
Mhm.
Yeah, Hangman's not bad.
I like Hangman. I don't know why he came out with his bandana and took it off and he had a mask underneath. I'm like, I don't.
Well, he didn't have. He had the bandanas around his neck.
Oh, I thought
and
he
then
had
had
it up
the
first and
mask
pulled
on.
it down. So I was like, but he usually comes out with the bandana over.
Yeah, it's weird. He's double protected.
Whatever.
Next match.
Oh, then you had the thing where Brody and Colt Cabana were there with Dark Order, and Hangman Page just says, "I don't want to join a cult," because they kind of said they were impressed. Looks like
Yeah.
they're kind of building up something maybe between Brody and Hangman. And then next week, and that's where FTR made the save. Next week they are doing Omega and Hangman against Evil Uno and Stu Grayson for the tag titles.
Yes.
We're also getting Diamante against Hikaru Shida
Non-title.
and a non-title, and then a hopefully a hey, look at this tornado tag match
Yeah.
with Darby Allin and John Moxley against Ricky Starks and Brian Cage, and then also Cody making a TNT title defense, which you have learned is going to be wrestling Andy Header.
We
Yeah.
clearly sponsor that
I'm
match,
flying
so
down.
we're
It's
really
live.
excited.
Finally, I'm gonna give Cody the what for. Like you thought thumbtacks were worse.
Yeah. See, Andy is fighting Cody,
Yeah.
and they liked us so much that they let
Yeah.
us. We're sponsoring the tornado tag
Yeah, he
match.
said,
next week.
he asked, he said, can we do it? And I said, I don't know.
I was like, listen,
I
I'll
have
let
to
you
think-
use the
I
name
have to think
Cody.
about it.
I'll let you use it, but you know, he's getting a shot at the title.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm winning
we're
too,
excited.
so.
Everyone tune in next week. See Andy versus Cody. It's gonna be
Yeah.
great.
People are like, oh, you weren't on Dynamite. No.
Well, we were
I wish I was on
for a week
Dynamite.
there. We were the greatest podcast of all time, so it got a lot of waves. You know, the greatest, the greatest wrestling podcast of all time. It was about as great as that match.
I'm just gonna take an old promo about Dusty at Ric Flair cut and just say the same exact thing.
Yeah.
Stuff about Cody or Cody for Dusty.
Yep, it'd be great. All right, and then let's wrap up that AEW show.
Our main event: Chris Jericho and Jake Hager beat Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. And then at the very end, somebody dressed as Serpentico comes out and hits Luchasaurus with a baseball bat to set up the pin, but Serpentico unmasks, and it's Sammy Guevara.
No,
welcome
Wait,
back.
I was just saying, when are they gonna have this guy come back? It's like he doesn't
well,
exist anymore.
one of the things that stands out to me in that match was the Jericho and Aubrey exchange.
Yeah, he
Hilarious.
always picks her because he likes
Yeah,
her. So.
she's fantastic.
So here's what I noticed: Luchasaurus is not good.
His
he-
ear was
Yeah, he got. I don't know what
popped his
happened
ear.
there, but Luchasaurus does cool moves, but everything else is not good at all.
Yeah,
And I'll explain it to you. So in wrestling, when the good guy on the tag team is getting beat by the heels, that's called the heat, right?
yeah,
When the heat happens, his partner should be in the corner like, come on, tag me, tag. You should be wanting to get in there and save your partner so bad you can't stand it anymore. Luchasaurus is just standing there with his arm out. Just standing there. Now, I don't know if he's blown up, and then something happens, and he's like,
next time.
he looked like Luchasaurus would rather do anything else in the world than tag in. I'm like, I hope Jericho got in and said, dude, what are you doing?
Wrestling psychology.
Yeah, because he needed a little, because he looked like he was completely bored. Maybe he's blown up. I know it's hot there, but come on. And then he
Yeah.
gets in, and everything with Jericho looked like he was afraid to hit him, and he
Oh, the double choke slam.
yeah, he fucking boom.
He said, "Come here."
And then Jericho is like, beep. And I'm like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
You can't be afraid to hit Jericho.
Yeah,
I mean, if you hit him hard enough, he'll tell you.
yeah.
And he'll hit you
send,
back,
he'll send one back.
and then you'll know. But I was like, Luchasaurus, man,
Yes, he got to pick it up.
not that good. I mean, he can do moonsaults, and then a lot of the things look awkward. I understand you're 6'9", you want to be different, throw kicks, but you could punch the dude 5 times, by the time you kicked him. So the guy's waiting there for a kick, punch him a couple times, give him a big forearm, then fucking
Yeah.
give him the kick.
Yeah.
I don't know, not to shit on the guy, but
What
some-
was your? I know Andy didn't watch both. What would you say your Wednesday night where War winner was this week? What were your favorite shows?
Uh-oh.
Oh, did we lose you guys? Are you guys there?
Oh no, I thought you
Oh.
asked Andy. NXT I thought was a little bit better this week.
Okay, Curtis.
Yeah, I would agree. NXT as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't
Cool,
watch
cool.
it, so I can't say.
All right, so this is our last segment of the show here. We're going to dive into the Pro Wrestling Illustrated
Okay,
from
make some space.
1998.
So again, this is the PWI poll.
I
So they have,
wasn't alive.
yeah.
This
How
is-
about
Yeah.
that? Oh my God.
This is going to be tough for you, Kurt.
Well, maybe watch some more videos. So they would ask questions, and fans would vote in. And there's
Yeah.
this one there was 5. Last time there was 5. Now there's 6 choices.
Okay.
So-
Is Move still there?
There is moves, and there's also I'll just start who is the best pound for pound wrestler in the world.
All right,
So they
so
have that.
ni-
But I'm
ni-
just for other people who didn't hear last time. And then it's who's the most influential man in wrestling. They ask questions will Hulk Hogan return to WWF during the next year? So they asked like some cafe questions.
Yeah.
Who's wrestling's wildest daredevil? Who's the best Japanese wrestler? Just to give some hints. Was adding Thunder a good idea by WCW? So obviously
No.
hindsight going back, and then there is some good. Which is the riskiest move? So stuff like that. Which is the best?
Let's start
submission
with that
hold?
one.
Okay.
Riskiest move.
Yeah, so that means like
Hip toss.
dangerous. Obviously,
Yeah.
the year is 1998.
The year is 1998. So I think top move in the last
So this one has
episode was-
4, and then it has others. 'Cause there's
was
always like an
leg drop was in the top 5.
but not riskiest. Move.
I mean, but I'm just
What a
saying.
difference! What a difference 4 years is going to make. I'm gonna
This
guess
is
here.
this
Or
isn't
3 years.
finishers or. This
Yeah.
Is,
So riskiest move.
so it's 1998. What do you think was like? Oh, watch out! I might get hurt. Slow it down, kid.
A crossbody block.
No, you're maybe a little too early.
I'm going to say 450 splash.
No, shockingly not on here. And Too Cold was doing one at the time. At 98 was he? He was Flash Funk. Yeah, he was Job
Yeah.
Squad.
Yeah.
No.
You have a guess,
I
Kurt?
think it might have just been Scorpio at this point. This is around the Job Squad time, I think.
It wouldn't be a Rana, would it? I
There
don't
you
think
go.
so.
It says
Oh, I got.
outside the ring Hurricane Rana. I'll just make it Hurricane Rana. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
there you go.
There we go.
That's
You're 1
number
for 1.
2.
That's number 2.
Yes, that is number 2 at 22%. So there's 3 more. One.
Suicide
I'm just gonna
dive?
say.
No. Yeah. Okay, so number 1's Corkscrew Plancha. So we'll give it.
I was
Okay.
Yeah. That won by 31%. Then it's the Hurricane Rana. Then there's Japanese wrestlers moves, 2 of them that you probably won't know, but both of them were in America.
Did you take one in that Atomic show?
No.
Oh, not the Burning Hammer. Then.
Yeah, he wasn't doing that quite yet.
What are they?
How about the Gonzo bomb?
No, oh my God, I know. I hope they never take that. Michinoku Driver was number 3, and it's Michinoku Driver.
Yeah.
It's in quotations. Nothing else is. Taka Michinoku, he was big in WWE at the time, and then the Liger Bomb by Jushin Liger, which I don't get that because he never dropped anybody in their head.
Yeah. Interesting.
So, yeah.
All right. What's our next topic?
Do you want to move, or do you want to question, or do you want like a who like?
You guys pick. Kurt? What do you want?
What was the options? I already
So,
forgot.
so like there's a move, or we could do like who gives the best promos, who's the best. We won't obviously won't do
Let's
who's
do
the best.
promos.
Okay, so back in the time they called it interview.
So 98.
So 98, who gives the best promo in 1998? One name you will never get, but he did have a hot little feud at the time, but you'll never ever get this one, the second guy.
I'll go Jericho.
Nope.
Not on the wow.
Steve Austin.
Steve
I'd say
Austin is
Austin, too.
number 1 with a bullet at 22%.
Okay. There is 98 wouldn't be the Rock yet,
98?
right?
Yeah. He's number 5. Rocky
he?
Maivia, which I'm like, I think he just turned heel here.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
probably by the time this came out, he was the Rock.
But by the end of '98, that was when he won his first title.
Yeah.
Just 2 other real huge guys there.
Mankind.
98, no, shockingly not. I'll give you number 2 because no one ever gets it. Larry Zbyszko. He had a feud with Scott Hall
Okay.
at the time,
Mhm.
and he was cutting some promos. There's 2 big guys.
Hogan?
Yes, Hogan is number 4. He was
Kevin Nash.
Yep, nope. Hogan was world champion at the time when he was gonna
Flair?
Yes, number 3.
Yeah, Flair.
That makes a lot of sense.
Hogan, you and the NWO. So
I'm gonna take all my and when I come back, if you
Gene, woo, mean every week on Nitro.
if you cut that camera off, by the time you come back for commercial, I'm gonna be naked.
What were the shoes that he used to always say? Something shoes, Rolex watch. Like, he wasn't making no point. You come out and cut a promo every Monday. It would make no sense.
Oh, he's a psychopath.
Here's one. Here's a good one, guys. 98. Who is wrestling's sexiest woman? Obviously, you're gonna get one right there. You see her.
Sable.
Yeah, Sable's number 2.
Sonny.
Number 1.
Sonny, yeah.
Will you get? I can't believe that everyone's on here. 98 was not a good year for her.
I mean, Marlena was
Uh,
always on my list. But
Yeah,
she's
she's not on here though.
yeah, that's a shame.
98. Did they still have Miss Elizabeth on there?
No, they did not. She was looking good in
Okay.
98 though. ECW.
Francine.
Yep, and Francine is number 5. Beulah McGillicuddy is number 4, and Kimberly Page is number 3.
Kimberly Page.
She was. I think she was the booty babe at this time.
Woo!
How about that?
Kimberly Page, if you watch The 40-Year-Old Virgin, she makes a
yeah,
cameo
you
in that
get
movie.
to see a little bit of Kimberly Page.
Little,
here.
little DDP yoga.
I just
in
gotta
that.
give this one away. So they have one. Who has the best pile driver? Number 1 is the Undertaker, and 2 is Kane, and that's it.
and no one else is allowed
Like,
to
come
do it.
on. So here you.
Who has the worst? Who has the worst pile driver? Number 1, Owen Hart.
Yeah.
At that time, yeah.
There we go. Who has the best suplexes? This is a good one. This is all encompassing.
Suplex.
Think 98.
Taz.
Yep, Taz is number 1, 38%, because he was the human suplex.
The human
machine.
suplex.
Some guy we mentioned earlier in the podcast is in here, and the other 4 guys have not been mentioned. One we cannot mention.
Benoit.
Yeah, number 3. Yeah, so,
You just mentioned
yeah.
him.
Is any of the Steiner brothers on there?
Not in this list, no.
Oh wow.
Trying to think of people we mentioned that did really good suplexes. Muda?
Nope. Nope. Not Amuda.
98.
One guy is dead, and everybody else is alive. One's still wrestling. One's a producer, and one is not really in wrestling anymore.
I have no idea.
2 are dead. Sorry. Wait. No. One's dead. One's dead.
Who is
Sorry,
it?
sorry. Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect. He was
Oh
somewhere.
yeah, Jesus.
Oh,
yeah.
the perfect plex.
Yeah,
perfect
yeah. And
plex,
the
yeah.
picture is Taz suplexing Sabu.
Or at this point, the Hennig plex.
Yes,
yeah,
the
he was
he-
in
Who was the other
WCW.
one?
Dean Malenko
Oh, Dean.
was
Yeah.
number 4. Shane Douglas was number 3, and then Ken Shamrock
Wow.
was in there too.
Holy
Oh.
crap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He did
because Shane Douglas would do the belly to belly. That was like a
Yeah,
special.
and Ken Shamrock used
They'd
to
have all these matches with chairs and like people like shooting off rockets at people's heads, and
Yeah.
and then Shane Douglas would go with the belly to belly.
We'll
Yes.
wrap it up here with the top guy.
Okay, this one was. Let me see here. There is because I did see there is most overrated wrestler here.
Let's do that one.
well,
We'll do that and then top guy. Overrated top because it is 11 o'clock.
There is underrated too. So let me see. Who is the most overrated wrestler in the world in 1998? You'll like
Hogan.
Hogan is shockingly not on this list.
Oh wow.
I probably,
Yeah.
I probably
Flair?
hate. Is Flair? Yeah, I don't think Flair will be on
Nope.
there. Is it
Luger.
Michaels?
Nope.
Is Michaels ain't on there. Okay.
Luger,
thank
Lex Luger is there. He is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's number 5. So
Number
there's
5.
6. There's 6 people here. One is like, oh well, come on. He's
God. Taker.
no. One the guy. He's not a good wrestler. We all know that. That's the kind
Kevin
of
Nash.
Nope. He's not on here.
Sean Stasiak.
Oh, God.
Oh wait, 98. Was this at the point where Warrior was there?
Yeah, no, he's not on this list, but I think
Okay.
he would have been in. Maybe not because that was October, and this
Now
is
this isn't the top guy.
This
of
is
the year.
June, yeah,
This
so
is
he wasn't there
This is
yet.
just the
Okay,
month
yeah.
of June. Yeah.
yeah. So June '98, that helps. I don't know WCW.
So that legendarily bad Warrior and
Luger.
Hogan match.
Yeah,
that
but
all
he
would
said
happen.
Luger.
Oh, he
Luger's
said
on the-
Luger.
yeah.
Oh shit. Sorry.
There's the ECW guy on here. That's
Tommy
all.
Shane
Dreamer.
Douglas.
Nope.
Sandman.
Yep, of course. If you don't want to watch Sandman wrestle,
Yeah.
he's number 6. Lex Luger is number 5. Number 4, you probably never get.
Who is it?
Conan.
Conan.
Number 3, I don't know why he's on here.
Who is it?
No guesses.
No guesses.
No guesses.
Bret Hart.
Nope. Steve Austin.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Number
wow.
2, Kurt Hennig. I don't believe that. He was
No,
still
it's-
good. He came back from 2003 Royal Rumble, still good.
Yeah.
Number 1, Sting.
Sting.
Yeah,
I
because
agree.
Oh wow.
he only had one match.
I
that
agree.
year.
I agree.
My favorite thing when Mr. Perfect came back that year, the night after the Royal Rumble, he's backstage with Deborah, and that was when they were acknowledging that Deborah and Austin were a thing.
Ooh, a thing.
And he goes to he wrestled Steve Austin that night. He goes, yeah, me and Steve go way back. She goes, really? He's like, no, not at all.
Most underrated.
Oh, you want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. Let me get right back to it there. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my God, how is 4 on here? What the hell? I'm just gonna give you this one. Disco Inferno. No way.
Yeah.
Disco Inferno at 11%. Get the fuck out.
Jinder
here.
Mahal. Underrated. Is Jericho on
Okay.
the list?
Yes, he's number 1. I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Number 1. And their guy's on the rise. 2 guys are on the rise, and their guy.
Rocky Maivia.
Yeah, he's number 2.
Yeah, Rock.
And their guy's on the way
Right.
up, and their guy is kind of gonna stick around for a few more years, and then he's gonna go back to Japan.
AJ?
Taka
Taka.
Michinoku is
Oh,
number,
Taka
number
Michinoku.
5.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So Disco Inferno number 4. What were they thinking? And then this guy he's got a pretty good shape right now. He's in a good position. He still wrestles a little bit.
Ken Shamrock.
I have no idea.
Triple H.
Triple H.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Wow, on the
All
rise.
right.
He was on the
number-
rise
Number
there.
3. Yeah, 98. Yeah, he was on the way up. But Disco Inferno, what the fuck?
Disco Inferno.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's disgusting.
I'm sure he could defend it, but I.
All right, the top guy of June of '98.
So we'll just they have who is the best pound for pound wrestler in the world?
Is it Hogan?
No, it's not Hogan.
Stone Cold.
No, well, so okay, let me.
Okay.
Pound for pound means good in ring worker.
Okay.
So think AJ
Eh,
Styles,
yeah.
Bryan Danielson.
Rey Mysterio.
Don't think Randy Orton.
Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio is number 4.
Number
He's Rey
4.
Mysterio Jr.
Dean Malenko.
Dean Malenko is number 3. Everyone here is great.
Eddie Guerrero.
Eddie Guerrero is number 1.
Oh, thank
In
God.
'98, he was.
Benoit.
And was not on here.
Wow. I thought if they were giving
I think
Malenko.
at that point, Benoit was like the U.S. champion. He had a little bit more of a push than those guys.
Yeah.
So I mean, Eddie number 1. Mystery number 2, 3 D Malenko, 4 was Rey
Any
Mysterio.
any WWE
World
guys?
champion here.
As
At the time he was, and multiple time world champion. Current guy who's-
Sting?
Nope. Guy who's
Jericho.
still, Chris Jericho is number 6.
Wow.
They have 7 here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Chris Jericho's
A lot of WCW
7 you
love.
probably won't get. World champion and 2 world champion, multiple time world champions on this list. And
Which company?
he said Dean Malenko, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about
Did anybody
this?
say Ray?
Yeah, he said
Yeah,
Ray
I
was
said Rey
number
Mysterio.
And
4.
Tony said Ray. Yeah.
So the
that's
one
right.
guy, both companies.
WCW and WWE?
Yeah, and then everyone's just WWE. And then their guy was never world champion, but he was TV champion.
Mm.
And I believe he's United States.
Mongo McMichael.
And he came to SmackDown for, he came to SmackDown for a hot minute. And then he
Oh,
left.
Bagwell.
Nope.
Steve Austin?
A little bit more than a
Oh,
hot
no,
minute.
Steve Austin was never
Yeah.
WCW champion.
Okay.
Yeah. There's 2 huge names, 1998.
Macho Man?
No, Macho Man's not on this list, but he should have been.
Pound
he's
for
still good.
pound.
Yeah, pound for pound. Pound for pound. Best wrestlers in the world. that
Oh,
are not
okay. I got
Eddie
the one now.
Guerrero,
Ultimate
Dean
Dragon.
Malenko. Yeah, Ultimate Dragon is number 7.
Oh,
There's
wow.
2 guys that are huge, and they main event at many pay-per-views. They wrestle each other.
Mick Foley?
Both world champions. They're both world champions. They both kind of hated each other, and they said they didn't hate each
Oh,
other.
Bret
Bret
Hart.
Hart.
And Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels is number 2, and Bret Hart is number 5.
Why are we not saying Bret
Yeah.
Hart and Shawn Michaels?
I know,
in 98?
1998.
Jesus, idiots.
I mean, you got Sonny on the cover in the NWO.
Yeah.
These questions are cool. And I like how some of the questions are them questions like what will happen. Like the one is let me get to it. It's some like goofy promotion question about like some where was it? It was
who will the Shockmaster
no.
be?
It was like will Music City Wrestling become as strong as the USWA was? I don't even remember Music
Yeah.
City
Oh.
Wrestling. So no, you know. Will Hogan ever come back to WWF? Yeah. Will the NWO survive another year? How about another couple years?
Yeah.
Was adding Thunder a good idea to WCW? In the long run, no. Have you ever turned off a WWE show because of lewdness? And 53% of people said yes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, God.
Now the lewdness is
Yeah.
they don't know what they're
Should
doing.
this be Ric Flair's last year as a wrestler? 1998.
90.
54% of the people said yes.
Yeah.
And Ric Flair would
Well,
go
yeah,
on to wrestle.
in fairness, he was almost 50 at that point.
Yeah. But he would go on to wrestle to, I mean, you look at Jericho.
2007.
Yeah.
2008, I think, was the
Oh, here we go.
retirement of WWE.
I was going to give this one. Who is wrestling's most promising new star? Let's see how these guys did. Bill Goldberg, number 1. Taka Michinoku, number 2. They were big on Taka this year. Justin Credible, he was ECW World Champion. Juventud Guerrera. And number 5, they really missed because this guy never did jack shit except when he was a ripoff of Prince, and that's Prince Ikea.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody with Goldberg and the last guy, I was a fan of when
Yeah.
they were there.
Oh, and there's more.
Yeah,
that's
like
the
they would certainly fall in love with certain people like Taka. Around that time was when Dean Malenko was number 1 with PWI 500.
This magazine was really hard, like kind of hard on for Demon Malenko. I mean, Demon Malenko was very good.
Yeah.
But it's cool to go back and see all these different things.
Yeah, I think that's a fun segment. I like doing that. Pro Wrestler Illustrated. You can go buy a year subscription over on their website right now. If you go to Facebook and you go to the Shop Now button, it takes you right to a link. You can get 6 months for like $12, and you can get a year for like 36 or something. So it's really cool. Go check that out. Kurt, thanks for hanging out with us tonight, man. Give us one last plug.
thanks for having me.
Where can we find the PA Pile Driver podcast, and when do new episodes drop?
All right, so you can find us on Spotify, Breaker, Anchor, basically anywhere you get podcasts except Apple Podcasts because they're being jerks. So, yeah, we're having our 20th episode. We'll be recording this weekend, hoping to have it up by Sunday night. We're really going to be hammering home Slammiversary, kind of going over that because we all watched it live. And you check out our Teespring, search the PA Pile Driver podcast. Support local indie wrestling. I got for those watching, my PPW Strong shirt on
Nice.
Here
tonight.
we go.
I still have your shirt, by the
yeah.
way. So the first time I actually see you live, I have your shirt ordered.
I've got your shirt somewhere over there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it for me.
All right. Well, thank you for hanging out, man. Like I said, anytime you're free, you're more than welcome to join us. Brian, what's going on in the world of murder, my dude?
We're getting ready for our 3rd season finale. Episode 75 will be next week. Thursday at midnight it comes up. And this week we did the story of Alexander Hamilton. If you had a chance to watch Hamilton, the play on Disney+, we talk about the real guy and the real duel that killed him. It's so amazing to think that the sitting vice president of the United States shot the former secretary of the Treasury in a duel in America.
I challenge
but
you
it
to
happened,
do it.
and we talk about it.
Wow. Andy,
Well,
you have any shows come up or
well, no, there's no live shows coming up. ACW will have another one, but the Outbreak Quarantine shows that are on YouTube, I am in
Yeah.
2 of them now. So I believe they're on episode 3. Maybe episode 4 gets released tomorrow. I don't really know when. So just go on YouTube and type in Outbreak Wrestling Quarantine, and it'll come up.
Yeah, I think on the latest one you wrestled
Brad.
a friend of the show, Brad DeMaio.
Yes.
I have to watch
was a
that.
Man, yeah.
He's a
So-
good dude. He wants to do another podcast.
Oh.
I have to set something up with him
Yeah,
soon.
so that is that, and then you can find the blue and gold shirts on Pro Wrestling Tees, and I still have a few left. So like
Hit
the
'em up.
guys
Yeah.
bought two at ACW, and that's about it. Maybe take
Brad
some
is
more
someone
matches
that I
soon.
think would be a lot of fun to have on when you do get Jeff on, because I think Brad's an old school like ECW type guy too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the last thing I want to plug is just definitely check out the rest of our shows on this network. Subscribe to us on Twitch if you're watching the replay. If you head over to twitch.tv and type IWEP Podcast. When we go live, just hit the button. The more people hang out. So to get affiliated, which means that you can start making money on this app, you have to have so many viewers. We hit that. You guys have been fantastic in subscribing. You have to stream for so many days. We hit that.
Oh, that's cool.
You have to stream for so many hours. We hit that. So we need consistent viewers now. So if like 4 or 5 people just hang out and watch a stream every time, you will hit that number quicker, and then we become affiliated channel, and then we can go for
Gang affiliated.
tag
MDK.
affiliated, where now people can like easier donate and do
Oh,
bit
okay.
and send what they're called
Now,
bits.
do you have to keep a certain amount of?
I don't know.
constant
I think
viewers?
if
I don't know how
once
that
you hit
works.
it, like they're that you become
Okay.
affiliated, and then
Yeah,
they kind of
yeah,
ease off a little bit. But there's another membership program too.
That's weird how it even like monitors that. And
Yeah, there's
you
a
average 5 watchers a show. Or
Yep.
whatever.
There's a membership one where you have to have 1,000 subscribers, so many people
Oh,
tune in.
jeez.
But I feel like once you kind of progress those steps, more people
Yeah.
tune in. So I mean, it's only our second episode on Twitch, so we're growing. We're doing really well. From what
But
I was told,
Everything's under one banner, right? You don't
yes,
have one
yep, it's
profile.
all under the same banner. So when we go live, it goes live right then and there on Twitch, and then
Oh,
you can
cool.
catch it replays. The replays are doing very well on Facebook. Facebook replays are
Cool.
doing really well. So
We have
thank you
to
for all the people who are
do more
watching on
visually, I
Facebook.
guess.
Definitely come in and tune in live on Thursday nights and help us out. And then go check out the best of PPW. If you have, I think it's like cable access in Hazleton. I don't know. exactly.
WYLN.
Thank you.
WYLN,
Sunday
yeah.
night at 8:00, I believe.
Channel 17, yes. It's
Yes.
Sundays at 8.
And then you can catch the replays over on Facebook and YouTube at PPW Entertainment. So thank you to those guys. I know I'm getting helping out with them and working with some stuff and filming some stuff for them. So definitely go check out PPW. But that'll do it for Tornado Tag Podcast. We'll see you guys next time. We're out of here.
My logo's on this. I don't know.